want some, get some. Can I get a hell yeah? Yes, I am a pirate. You have to go with the pirates because, of course, they have cannons and everything. It's a pirate's life for me. Be proud of who you are and what you are. You're a pirate.
It is a first down. Pirates.
Because when you're in East Carolina, you go for it every time. Well, you don't coach in East Carolina, you don't come to East Carolina, you don't play in East Carolina with a weak heart. Write it.
I don't think I've ever been in a building as loud as that was. It was deafening in there.
You live with Omaha? I can promise you that.
And a purple all night long in Eastern North Carolina.
You're watching The Sports Objective, the podcast for Pirates.
My heart is purple and gold. I'm a pirate down of my soul, and I don't back down, not at all. Find out when the cannons explode.
Welcome into TSO Sunday night, the Snow Objective, and we'll talk about that. Yes, we're talking sports, but early on in the show, very early, we're talking about the weather. Everybody's talking about the weather, and obviously, if it's anywhere in Eastern North Carolina, for example, everything shuts down. We'll talk about that. I'm going to start with my good buddy Kyle from LaGrange Barber. How are you, sir? You snowed in, I take it?
Well, I mean, with the amount of snow we've got, it's sensible that everything's going to be shut down. I mean, we don't have the infrastructure to keep up, plows, etc. Like, I was talking to Matt Simmons, our broadcast colleague, former ECU football player. During football season, he's a member of the Sports Objective. I told him how much snow we got. He said, do you guys have a lot of guys with plows that go out independently,
Wow.
of the DOT? I said, no. He said, well, I hope you got a lot of food and a lot of bourbon, because if you're relying on the DOT with their limited resources, why would they have that many snowplows in East North Carolina? There's no need. You got 12 inches of snow, and then you don't have, Jerry's Plow Service, renting out his services like you do in the Midwest and Northeast. It's going to take a while. So, needless to say, things are shut down. We got, I think the official report for LaGrange was 11 inches. I measured 13 here at the house. So it's been since 1980 or 1989, depending on where you are in East North Carolina, that we've had this much snow. So it's not, the normal 2 inches and we shut down thing doesn't apply here. And
thankfully, there's this time is no the ice is not.
Yeah, it's a dry snow. It's very powdery snow. I love it. You're walking in it, knee deep, and then you get out of it, your pants ain't even wet.
Let's bring in, obviously, Alan Vick, Mr. AV. How are you?
I'm good, Dave. How are you?
Good, and we'll talk about those snowstorms. He and I, we've been reminiscing about the two that the two big ones in our lifetime. We'll talk about that with our good friend Sam Walker. We'll get to him in just a second.
Johnny, you got three now, Dave, with this one.
Well, yes, that's correct. But I was talking about the two previous ones.
Yeah, 80, 89.
Johnny Stats Robertson, how are you?
I'm doing well, fellas.
Are you still in Northern Virginia?
Yeah, my wife's in Greenville, and like Kyle said, I was worried because I'm in Virginia, and we're still recovering from last weekend because it's solid ice. It was sleet on top of snow, and you can't shovel it, you can't do anything. Now down there, she had the blower, and she was just blowing the deck and the path to the backyard, and everything seems to be going pretty well down there.
Let's bring in the commissioner from the great state of Lasker, North Carolina. I think that's right. Stevie Fly. What's up, brother?
What's up, guys? How's everybody doing?
We're doing really well. It's
in the middle of a dry pocket.
There you go.
What am I going to pick? Dry pocket.
That's what I was thinking. Every time I hear dry pocket, I think about hot pockets.
Yep.
I guess I was about to drive Stevie crazy last
night.
You say dry pocket one more damn time.
Last night, I get Greg Fishel Jr. over here telling me all about the weather and stuff. And my dad was a weather guy too. I mean, he was a big time weather guy. He loved it. But I swear to you, he's talked about dry pockets last night in the span of about 45 minutes. It's at least 20, 25 times. The last time he said, another dry pocket. I was like, God almighty, Kyle. Jeez.
Well, basically, what it comes down to, that was a drinking game. You just didn't catch on.
No. See, what it was, I was talking about the dry pocket in Raleigh, and then it looked like down in Onslow County, Craven County. We'll introduce our guest here. We should have already done it, but
Yeah, we're doing
Onslow County, Craven County, that's where it all started. It looked like a dry pocket was seeping into that area, and I was like, I was talking about that to Stevie, and it was about to drive me
It
crazy.
looks like there's going to be a dry pocket here. I was like, God, no.
But it turned out just to be a break in the weather.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring in our guest who's waiting patiently. He's had a very long 2 weeks, and obviously we thank you for your time, my friend. Sam Walker, Carolina Weather Group. Is that right, my friend?
Yeah, Carolina Weather Group, Sam Walker, obxnews.com, and 99.1 The Sound out here on the Outer Banks. So got fires and the irons and fires everywhere. I got a lacrosse season that was supposed to start this weekend. It got postponed. Ready to get back out on the field next weekend. So it's busy time around these parts.
Yeah, let's talk. I did not know, and I know all the radio stuff and weather stuff and sports stuff. I did not know about. Please talk about your dream. I feel really bad. I've never heard you talk about it. I don't know if that's more recent times, but Sam and I have a radio background going all the way back to Halloween of '99 is when we met up in Elizabeth City. But talk about that, and we'll get to the weather, because this is a sports show. It's a really cool thing. You're going to be a college sports official for lacrosse, right?
That's right. Men's lacrosse starting this season. I've been a high school lacrosse official for the last 14 years, primarily in southeastern Virginia. We only have one high school team out here, First Flight, that plays Greenville Rose, plays New Bern, plays all the other schools in eastern North Carolina. They're in the same conference. So you can imagine those. If y'all thought bus trips were long back in the old days of the Big East, when Northeastern was having to go to Wilson Hunt and Greenville Rose and New Bern, now, man, those guys at First Flight, they got to take the 5-hour bus rides down to Jacksonville for a conference game. But yeah, so I work in primarily in southeastern Virginia. But yeah, I'll be doing starting my first season of college lacrosse men's side. The women's game's a totally different animal. Won't even go there. But yeah, I'm really excited about that. I kind of grew up, and I'll say these names, and I'm sure y'all will probably start throwing stuff at the screen here. But I kind of grew up wanting to be the next Lenny Wirtz or Dick Paparo or Ramey Stein.
Wirtz, wow.
Or Ramey Steins. I mean, the legend there from up our way in Plymouth and Greenville, and unfortunately we lost him last year. And Ramey was getting into Division I when I was a freshman at Campbell. Working our games when I was manager there for basketball. So anyway, officiating has always been my blood. Since I was a little kid, I was a gym rat. And now I've got the opportunity, got the call up this year, and really excited about that. We'll be working primarily, like I said, in Virginia, but I'll be getting down in eastern North Carolina and into North Carolina some as well here in my rookie year.
Yeah, we actually have and I'm Johnny, I promise I won't say the person's name, but we have a friend of the show. This is really cool. And eventually that person, the guy we know, maybe we can bring him on, but he is actually learning to be a Major League Baseball umpire.
Mm-hmm.
One of our really good friends, one of our people that watches the show and listens to the show, but we'll, when that person is finished or can talk about it, we'll have him on. So.
I didn't know Justin was moving on the way up to the Major Leagues. How about that?
He's here right now. What's up, Justin?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
No, Justin is not. Let's see. Justin does.
Oh, good. Hey, I gotta go. I got something.
This is becoming Hollywood Squares at this point. Good God. We got Justin checking in. We got Justin from the bottom.
Yeah. Get 2 more days so we can have like a virtual Hollywood Squares up here.
Hey, that's good with me.
Justin, you need an avatar or get on camera. You just look like a white ghost.
I'm working on that, guys. Just give me a second. Jesus Christ.
You like the Ghostbusters logo, except without the red.
Look, it's funny we talk about Hollywood Squares because today, I was bored to tears looking through social media, and they had an old episode of Hollywood Squares with Gilbert Gottfried, the lady, and it ended up where they couldn't get the X's and O's. You couldn't get 3 X's, so whoever won the square would win it. They went 5 minutes and didn't get it. Every time they got it wrong, the first thing Gilbert Gottfried would say, "You fool!" It went 5 minutes. A commercial break.
Did in his Iago voice.
Oh,
Rhonda, and remember Up All Night, Rhonda?
Yep.
I think she just had a birthday a month or so ago. And speaking of, we were talking about in the pre-show, useless knowledge. As a teenager, I used to love Gilbert Godfrey and Rhonda from Up All Night. I used to love that. And
hey, let's Dave, go ahead and do the aristocrats.
Oh.
Go ahead, Dave.
I can't go.
Do the aristocrats.
Is this a family show? No, it's not.
Okay, Sam, can you do the aristocrats? Go ahead, do it.
I'll have to pass on that. The professional career will not allow that for me. They won't have me back on the Weather Channel if I do that.
If nobody gets that, that's a famous Gilbert Godfrey.
Search it. It is hilarious.
Search aristocrats.
Search aristocrats.
All right. Yeah, you can do your homework.
Yeah, you can do your homework on that. That is definitely NSFW.
Yeah. Let's move to weather because that's why we're having Sam on. And Sam, congratulations again on getting that. That was really cool. When I saw Emily's post, I'm really proud of you. I wanted to say that publicly. That's a really good feat.
Thanks, man. No, it does. I do appreciate it. And we will have to get together one day on my travels that are going to be coming up here real soon, very soon, in fact.
All right, let's see if we can get Justin in there. He's doing a Bubba, right? Are you doing a Bubba?
Lord, what is he
I
doing?
am trying to, guys.
He's doing a
Is it the
Bubba.
Blair Witch Project or something?
Hey, Bubba. Bubba's back.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
The Blair Witch Project starring Justin. So, Sam,
let's talk about
let's talk about the actual weather. So the nor'easter, as it comes, it hits. A lot of hype for the Outer Banks in particular. I did not follow what happened at the Outer Banks. I know that it looked really squally, for lack of a better term, out there. How much snow did Dare County, Hoyt County, and Currituck County get?
So looking at the totals, we got anywhere from maybe 2 to 3 inches on Hatteras Island. I'm going to work my way south. So Ocracoke, 2 to 3 inches. Got a lot more rain that mixed in down there. As you get north of Oregon Inlet, up on the north beaches, so Nags Head, Kittable Hills, Kitty Hawk, Southern Shores, anywhere from about 6 to 8. Some spots got 11 as you get on up in the Duck. Even Manio, I've seen 10, 11 inches. Corolla, about 11. That was the highest amounts we saw out here. I'm right across the sound. We got about 8. And I will tell you this, those are estimates. If anybody tried to put a measurement on this storm for here, it was impossible because the wind and because the dry snow, that stuff was just blowing it was blowing like sand does out here on a regular basis. You just could not get it to collect anywhere. You couldn't do an accurate measure up against a building because drifts and et cetera, et cetera. I mean, my yard already, just that little bit of sun we got this afternoon, about half of my yard, the grass is back out there. The thing is, and I'm surrounded by the Currituck Sound on three sides, all my snow is out in the sound as a Slurpee out there on top of a sheet of ice because all the water's blown out. That the wind really was the big story that came out of this for us. And we had gusts anywhere from 60 to 70 miles an hour in some spots at times last night through the early morning hours. So you throw that snow on there, we were near blizzard conditions. It was whiteout. It was like piloting. It was like being Han Solo and Chewie in the Millennium Falcon and going through hyperspace if you were driving around here last night. And I'm pretty sure everybody else experienced that.
Yeah.
As you get farther inland, it was about the same, anywhere from 6 to 8 inches for the most part. I was just looking at the final totals for the National Weather Service in Newport, and just to give you an idea, the top snow getter in the area was Pelletier. Does anybody know where Pelletier is?
Yep, sure do. That's where the racetrack is, the Carteret Speedway.
Exactly. 19 and a half inches. They are the winners. 19 and a half inches in Pelletier was the top snowfall in eastern North Carolina. James City got 18. Pink Hill got 16. But and you were asking earlier about, other parts of this corner of the state. Scranton was 12. That's in Hyde County. Sladesville and Hyde County got 12. This storm, like we talked about it earlier, 1980, 1989, 2026. We're going to be talking about this one for the next 50 years, guys. It was that big a snow event for eastern North Carolina. Predictions pretty much held true. The final predictions, the final snowfall maps, because it was going to be around the central eastern North Carolina area. So that I would call it, I'd say the Highway 11 corridor was really going to be the target. It did shift a little bit farther east, and you guys talking about dry slot. It wasn't quite a dry slot. And I could go into the whole meteorological thing about that. It was two different pieces of energy that never got the lift to create the snow. The cold was there, the moisture was there.
Yeah.
That's what happened to the triangle. That's what happened to the US 1 corridor. The Sandhills and the Raleigh area missed out on this one essentially because, I mean, it was what, 10 inches Charlotte, 12 inches on the other side, all of the I-95 corridor east.
3 to 4.
Right, yeah. It just the mechanics weren't there for it to happen. But for us out here on the Outer Banks, it's going to be remembered not only because we got, like I said, 60 to 70 mile an hour winds. We've had 2 periods of ocean overwash on Hatteras Island. We've had the Soundside flooding in Hatteras Village and Frisco today. Just was looking as we came on. In fact, I was just checking an NCDOT camera in Buxton and can see the ocean coming over on Highway 12 right now there in Buxton. Yeah. We lost a house this morning in the Buxton area, just north of Cape Hatteras Lighthouse. So this one's going to go down in the history books for all kinds of reasons, not just for this near record snowfall.
Yeah, what was crazy about it? What was crazy about it? Oh, go ahead, Dave.
I was just going to say, really funny. I'm sorry. We pre-show we were talking about dry slots and about how I was talking about it was a drinking game, and then Justin Butts gets on the camera. You said dry slide. I'm sorry. That's what
there you go. All right, everybody drink. Everybody drink.
What I
dry slide.
What was crazy to me last night was, you know, I was all right. So I don't know how much you know about this area. I'm in between LaGrange and Snow Hill.
Yeah, I know it. Yep.
Okay. So my sister lives down in Deep Run on the south end of Lenore County, maybe 30 minutes from me at most. And she was getting snow. Ground was covered. And we weren't getting anything here except flurries. And it started here, you know, around really significantly around 2 o'clock. And by 3:30, we had 3 inches. And they had originally said 8 to 13 inches or 8 to 12 inches, depending on where you look. But then the National Weather Service dialed it back for this area yesterday afternoon to 3 to 5 inches. I looked at my wife. I said, we just got 3 inches. I said, I know 3 inches. That's 3 inches. And no jokes, guys. And I said, we've already got the 3 to 5 inches. And then it just kept coming. It kept coming. So my question to you is.
It's the same thing because I live right down the road from you. You know, 10 miles from you, and like
we had 3 inches
we didn't have nothing.
We had 3 inches here, and y'all didn't have jack.
Exactly, and I'm like right down the road from you.
Yeah, you're like 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes at most.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's insane. But,
yeah, it is.
But so my question for you is, okay, so when the National Weather Service, I mean, you probably really can't answer this question. You'll just speculate. So when the National Weather Service changed their official forecast yesterday from us getting 8 to 12, and then the afternoon they changed it 3 to 5, and then the storm boomed and the snow totals went back up to what they originally forecast. Why did the National Weather Service never change back my local forecast? It kept saying 3 to 5 inches.
I'll tell you, part of that is that when we got right up against the storm, so we got in the 24-hour window, we start getting what are known as high-resolution models. These are very short-term computer models that are very, very accurate, and they're able to more give you precise totals. One thing, the lead up to this, we didn't start seeing a first call snowfall total until Thursday night, Friday morning. Yeah. And that's because you're still using the ensemble models. These are all these different computer models all thrown together, and they create a solution. Everybody talks about the GFS, which is the American model, the European model. Those are the two primary ones we use. There's a
Euro and the GFS, yep.
Yeah, there's a whole slew of these models, and you take them all and put them together and come up with your forecast that way. I was in some of the I was in all the briefings with the National Weather Service office in Newport throughout this. And again, conversations I've had with Greg Fischel. We had him on the Carolina Weather Group on Wednesday night, talking to the different TV meteorologists around the region, talking with our colleagues at the Weather Channel, in trying to figure, because they have their own system. We all use the same math. It's just everybody kind of comes up with their own little thing. One thing that's hard to predict with winter storms. Winter storms are the hardest of any weather phenomena that we use these computer models to predict. Hurricanes have gotten very accurate. One of those reasons is we get all kinds of data put into those models. But one thing that happened with this storm, what happened with the ice storm last week, is the hurricane hunters went up. Well, they went up in the Pacific. That's where the piece of energy originally started with the ice storm last week. Same thing with this. They sent them out to sample the air up in the upper atmosphere, just like they do in the hurricanes. They drop these things called drop zones, and it measures all the different layers of the atmosphere. That really helps. Once that data starts getting in, you really get a better picture. But it's still not an exact science with winter storms. Compare it to a thunderstorm, especially a summertime thunderstorm. You get a whole line of thunderstorms that blow up on a front, even in this, we'll get them, we're going to get them in the spring. We know that. We get them in the summer. They come across the state. And like you said, you could be in LaGrange and it's dumping, and you could be in Pink Hill and it's sun's still out.
Yeah, squall lines. Yeah.
Same thing happens, is where the moisture collects, where you get all the triggers in place, why we had that area of the triangle and the sand hills that didn't get nearly as much snow as everybody around them. And the same thing was happening. You get these heavy bands in one place and these areas that just don't get as much. They're just like thunderstorms. And what we had was we had a low pressure system that developed off the coast, just like any typical nor'easter. We just had all this cold air in place, and it turned to snow instead of being a rain event. So, I was looking at your numbers in Lenoir County. I mean, Pink Hill got 16, Kinston got 15, and then 2.5 miles northeast of Pink Hill got 10. I mean, that just shows you how wide ranging it was.
I think it was officially 11, but I measured
10 and a
13
half
in my yard.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, again, it's all about where you are. One thing about it was we had such cold air in the place already because of what we've had the last 2 weeks. So we got the dry snow, and the drier the snow is, the higher the QPF.
Typically 1 inch of water equals 10 inches of snow. It's higher with dry snow.
Yeah, this was like a 15-to-1 ratio.
Yep.
We got that, so we saw that. And again, if you had a little bit more moisture content in some places, that drops. So, but this system was unique, and every storm's different. I can talk about that with hurricanes, and all the times, we've done hurricane coverage out here. We have to say, yes, it might be like Dorian. Yes, it might be like Irene. Yes, it might be like Fran. Maybe it'll be like. You can't do that with so much because every single hurricane is different. Every single winter storm is different because they all do these little weird things that, it's not like we're throwing darts at the dartboard and spraying it all over. We're kind of getting 180s every now and then now, better with weather predictions than we used to be, just because we've got more power. We got more computers. We've got more sampling going on, more data going in, all these different things. And we've got more of us amateur meteorologists on social media who throw one model up on a screen and freak everybody out to get clicks.
Yeah.
That's just one piece.
Yeah, most of those Facebook pages suck. North Carolina weather authority, Ethan. Ethan's
great. Ethan is great. He is going to be whoever gets him, because Ethan's a student at NC State. He started out with that with doing this as a kid, just like Dave and I started out playing radio as kids and wanting to be on the radio when we were yay high to a grasshopper. Ethan's same way. Whoever gets him, and I'm hoping it's the National Weather Service, but I know there's so many private weather companies. He is going to be a huge resource for them because he's already got this knowledge that he's built in such a short time. And there's so many that are around like that. And so many people like Greg Fischel lost his job at WRL, goes on Patreon. Now he does his thing on Patreon and then pops up every now and then, like I said, on Carolina Weather Group. And that institutional knowledge that they bring into this to say, hold up, everybody, here's what really is going to happen or what we think. They always put that, what we think is going to happen. So
my question still stands though.
Mm-hmm.
So they forecast us, so I woke up yesterday morning, the forecast is, I think 3 to 6 during the day, 5 days overnight.
Mm-hmm.
But then they changed it to 1 to 3 during the day, 3 to 5 overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then it blew up, and we had already eclipsed that, and they never changed the forecasting.
Yeah, sometimes that has to do with how the National Weather Service and the timing of their zone forecasts. That's what those, the zone forecasts be like. It used to be counties. Now they're getting it down to pinpoint. They update those on about a 4 to 6 hour basis, and sometimes they will update those as conditions warrant.
Yeah, they should have updated it yesterday.
Yeah, they probably should. One thing that helps, the public can help with that. And there are several ways you can do that. One, if you're seeing something, let them know. Send an email to the Newport office. There's a thing called MPing. It's a cool little app that you can download. Keep it on your phone. It follows your location, and you tap it, and you just report what type of weather you're seeing, whether it's rain, whether it's snow, whether it's nothing. I was doing that all day yesterday once we started getting the snow as I was, making my way around the Outer Banks yesterday, because that goes into all the different things that they do to figure out, okay, do we need to issue a severe, they look at radar, but eyes on the ground are the best way. So the public can help a lot with that. They have what's called the Cocorus thing, where you can sign up and have a rain gauge out in your yard. Just having a rain gauge and measuring every time we get a rain and dumping it out at a certain time and you report it in, that goes into being able to eventually be able to nowcast instead of forecast. Nowcasting being we can do an updated forecast by the minute, not just by the hour. So a lot of that has to do with eyes on the ground. And when you've got a large office area, and most of the National Weather Service offices all have pretty much the same area, but think about how big this area is. I mean, how far you guys are away from me? I'm in actually.
Are y'all covered by Newport also?
No, actually, I'm not. I'm covered by Wakefield, Virginia.
Wakefield. I was thinking Wakefield. Yeah.
So everything north of the Albemarle Sound and to Northampton County.
Yeah, Stevie's Wakefield.
Stevie's Wakefield. Yeah. So everybody else, and Halifax is what? Halifax is Raleigh. And Newport, like I said, Newport covers the Outer Banks.
Newport covers Williamston. So,
right, exactly. So it's a huge area that they have to try and cover. I won't even get into the fact we don't have a radar unit in Cape Hatteras, which is we should have never lost that thing back in the 90s when they did all their stuff. But it's all these little things can help. The public is a huge piece of this, can be a huge piece of this to help the National Weather Service, the private meteorologists, the TV meteorologists do our jobs to be able to report and to be able to, again, get to a point where we can get closer to being able to nowcast.
Yeah, that's what they call in fact, they had a post today, Kyle, you can be a weather spotter. Looking for volunteers.
Yeah, always looking for volunteers to be spotters. And you can be trained. There's classes that you take. They're very easy. They do them online now, so you don't have to go into an office or go to a community college and do them. It's a really neat little program that you can get in and find out, okay, well, you look at that little wedge cloud coming out of the bottom of a thunderstorm. No, that's not a tornado. Yeah. It's got there's a whole reason it's a wedge cloud. There's all these little things they'll teach you that helps them then again have eyes on the ground.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun. If you have a question for Sam, by the way, Craig said he answered your question, Kyle. It's not an exact science.
No, that was not the answer, Craig. That wasn't the.
It's not the answer you wanted.
Better the second time. They just never updated the forecast.
That's true. That's true. When
we started in radio, Sam could tell you there was a back room, and we had this AP printer, and it made that noise, and that's like they had the morning time when we were working together. Then they had like a lunch time, but it was like 2 or 3 times they updated the forecast.
Yeah. Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, my other question for you, what did Bubba say?
Weather spitter. Yeah.
Appreciate that, Bubba. Spotter too. Yeah. So Sam, I wonder if you run into this, or if you feel this way, or if you just rely strictly on science. For somebody like me is a bit of a weather nerd. You obviously a bigger weather nerd than me, but the follows weather, likes weather, is amazed by weather. It's not just part of your day. You find it amazing and interests you. I had a gut feeling it was going to happen this time. We were going to see something special. You can ask my wife. I kept telling her, and I'm not like that. I'm not every time. Most of the time, I'm like, it's not going to happen. This is going to be nothing. I had a feeling this time. Did you get that feeling also?
Yeah, I did. And it helps. There was always this thing my uncle always told me: if it snows in Atlanta, it snows here. Yeah. That's always been the case. And this is, you're talking about somebody who was born in Martin County actually and grew up here in Currituck, and he was 80 something when he passed away about 6 years ago. So a long time of knowledge that if it snowed in Atlanta, it snowed here. If it snowed in Charlotte, probably not going to snow here. If it snowed in Nashville, it definitely wasn't going to snow. Just because we have to have that perfect setup here in Eastern North Carolina. We've got to have the cold air in place, and we got to have a coastal low. We get snow every now and then from these other things, these little clippers and things like that, and fronts and stuff.
But the big snows come from the south.
The big snows come from the south. You got to get snow to our south, and you got to have the cold air in place. And we sure have had it, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. I will be so glad to see 45. I hate to say that. I'm going to be running in 45 degrees on Tuesday. I can't wait. since I've been stuck in the house for 2 weeks. They're not being able to run because it's been so cold.
Yeah, not only that, but Sam, I know that you've got to go here in a few minutes. With the time we have left, I know we got to get one storm, but it looks like we're going to have 3 straight weekends, right, of some kind of precipitation. Right now,
oh Lord,
yeah,
next weekend looks clear. Next weekend looks clear.
Hey, look, as long as like it's 70 degrees next Sunday on opening day for me.
Next weekend looks clear.
Good. Like I said, next Sunday's opening day for me for baseball season. So as long as it's nice and beautiful next weekend, I don't care.
Yeah, we've seen things change a little bit over the weekend where we were thinking that we might actually be looking at something coming on Wednesday. There's a frontal boundary that's going to come through. A little energy is going to be attached to it. It's going to be against rain. It might finish things up as snow on the backside. That's very typical. So, a dusting. Now, dusting again, a dusting can shut us down. You guys know that. I mean, that can happen. We probably are going to finally get a break this weekend. I'm looking at the latest discussion right now for the National Weather Service just to kind of, cold rain. Temps might be near freezing Tuesday evening, but get up into the mid-30s. There's still some questions on the precipitation type then. But, hopefully. Man, I hope the weekend's clear too. Yeah, we call lacrosse a spring sport. No, it is spring sport. We start the last weekend of January. Baseball, college baseball. How many times I've froze to death in Taylor Field in the old press box in Taylor Field long before it was that nice modern piece of furniture they got now in Bowie's Creek. Man, that was a little. There's rec fields that had better press boxes than we did back in the 90s.
Well, you look at JUCO baseball; they already started this past weekend. So,
yeah, exactly. Right.
So
yeah. So, hopefully, I think we might be better off. We may be looking okay for the weekend. It's just going to be cold, unfortunately.
Hey, did anybody see that Twitter post Carson Newman playing in the snow this weekend? Like
oh, my gosh, they did?
It was Carson Newman and somebody, and it was like pouring down snow.
Well, I'm not surprised there.
That would be kind of that would be not for fans, but it would be interesting to. I've never obviously seen
it.
It
ain't for umpires, I can tell you that. No.
I've reffed lacrosse in every type of weather because we play no matter what, and we're blessed to have a lot of turf fields around here now.
Y'all wear shorts.
We have the option, and if you work, I can tell you, I work with guys that are up from upstate New York, and I've worked with guys from Long Island. And it may be 40 degrees. Boys, we're going shorts and long sleeves. I'm okay with it. I've become comfortable with that now. But we're fortunate enough. Sorry about that, guys.
Y'all can have that.
we are definitely we definitely have the uniform options. And look, I grew up as a baseball umpire. I was thought that might be my path at one point. I'll be honest with you. I got into lacrosse because my son started playing. I was not exposed to it as a kid. I wasn't exposed to it. Carolina having what they had all those years ago in the 80s was my real exposure to it first. But then my boys started playing. I fell in love with it, and I got tired of sitting on the sideline as a fan. I wanted to look. Officiating's officiating, guys. Officiating's officiating. If you can officiate,
Justin.
You adjust. You figure out the rules.
Yeah. Stevie, you better behave over there.
I don't have nothing to lose anymore.
I got the flags in the back pocket. Just wait for you. 15 yards. I've done it before.
Stevie's currently retired from coaching. He doesn't care.
I can criticize all the referees.
They ain't the good Lord. Stevie Fly's retired.
Yeah. So
officials are rejoicing.
But I'll wrap it up with this. I do not miss getting beat up by 9-year-old fastballs and catchers that couldn't catch. I don't miss that at all. I don't miss it at all. I do occasionally get pegged. I'll tell you what, lacrosse ball hurts just as much as a baseball does. I've gotten pegged more than once with a shot that's gone off the cage, and I was standing at the lead position right up by the crease and taking one in the shin.
The worst pain is taking a fastball to the inner thigh.
Yes, it is.
You take one I get one at least once or twice a year to the inner thigh. It's black and blue, about that big around.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah, it is.
That's the worst pain ever.
That is right. We have the scars to prove it. We prove it.
You daggone right. But you get into it, you love it.
Yep, exactly. That's the one thing about it, man. We love what we do, and I can wrap it up here, going from the weather talk to the officiating talk. We love what we do, and we'd love to have more people come and love to do it with us because we need We need people. We in every single sport, and we got plenty. We got plenty of bleacher umpires and referees.
That they do.
Come on out. We'll
it's not
show.
Look, from an officiating standpoint, yes, it's easy to sit in the stands and watch
Mm-hmm.
it. I can call a hold, I can pass interference all day long for the stands, but when you get down there on that field and those 11 guys are running, you can't see everything. I'm just telling you guys, you can't see it.
You can't call what you can't see. That's
there you
one
go.
of our
It's not as easy as people.
Why not move the officials to the stands then?
Yeah, you know what?
That's where Kyle. That's where you come in.
My favorite is when
replay. You just have Kyle.
Yeah, right. That's right. Don't even get me started with replay. I will give Fox credit for throwing a camera on the umpires that actually looks good now, so you can see what we're seeing.
No, look,
better than it's ever been.
You know what they tell us in officiating with replay? Just call it. Call something.
Call something. We'll fix it. Call something. We'll fix it.
That's basically what they tell us.
You need to tell some of them other referees about that, because sometimes I have to count the players on the field for them.
Yeah, I know that too.
That's right. Yeah. But I always come back with a coach, because it's like, Coach, I'll be right up on the crease, right up on the goal sign, and I'll see a kid step on that crease, and we're going the other way. And I got a coach, they'll scream from the far end, 60 yards away, 70 yards away. He's in the crease. Coach, he missed it. Coach, I don't know how you saw that from 60 yards away. I'm right here on top of it, 3 yards.
Bingo.
He's not in the crease. We're still playing. So, yeah.
I can tell you, of everybody on this show, nobody's tougher on officials than Dave.
That's true.
100%.
And you know what? We're all kind of tough on them too ourselves. When you're in the game, you do kind of like say, we always protect our partners. We always, we're going to look out for our partners. Never throw your partner under a bus. Never go fishing in your partner's pond. But at the same time, we're the first critics. If we see something, we're going to tell you about it, especially in the locker and post game, or at Parker's barbecue post game. We're going to tell you about it.
That we will. That is for sure.
Sam, how can people get to your work? Obviously, you do a great job. If you have not, I've been sending you guys. I don't know if you saw. I've been forwarding it to you in our group chat. But how can people follow Carolina Weather Group and obviously support you, man?
Well, of course, the primary place is samwalkerobxnews.com. I do everything on Patreon. It's been a great platform for me. It's very Outer Banks centric news, but we do cover a lot of state of North Carolina news because we're all kind of tied together out here. But it'll give you a unique perspective that you're not going to get from anybody else covering the Outer Banks, mainly because of the radio, maybe because of the video. We do a lot more of that type of stuff. So it's samwalkerobxnews.com. 99.1 The Sound, back on the air, which is adult album alternative station. Did I say that right, Dave? AAA is what we always call it. But yeah, it's your progressive, whatever you want to call it, alternative, all REM, that stuff like that. But we're also doing the news out there. I have been on all weekend long. When we get hurricanes, we're going to be there. We're going to hunker down. We're going to stay at the station for a week if we have to keep everybody informed. But if you love the Outer Banks like we do, when you live out here, follow me, because I'll keep you up to date with it. And on the Carolina Weather Group, which is a new venture I've gotten involved with, covers both North and South Carolina weather, space. If you're interested in NASA stuff, especially we got Artemis 2 coming up, I know we're going to be heavy on that in our next couple of shows. But we've really been kind of doing not only a Wednesday night show at 9, we also do live breaking coverage all across the Carolinas. Really proud of the work we're doing there, because we're bringing a perspective of professional meteorologists along with weather nerds and amateur meteorologists. We all kind of merge together and show why weather does what it does, and give you more of that P-type and uplift and all the different technical terms if you love that, or if you just, hey, what's the weather going to do tomorrow and why is it going to do it? We'll tell you that too. So that's all the places you can find me. And of course, on all the social media platforms is at Sam Walker OBX. I'll blow you up. I will not lie. I will blow you up, because that's what I do. It's where I live on this thing. This thing right here is the greatest thing ever invented, guys. As much as people complain about them, I'm one of those who would have loved to have grown up with one of these, because it's a mobile TV studio. It's so cool. So anyway, that's it, guys. We'll see you down on the road. All right.
All right, man. Have a good night. Appreciate you.
Thanks, y'all. Bye.
Bye. All right. Glad to have Sam on tonight. And we're back down to, we got a big crowd here, but obviously big crowd that want to talk sports. But I wanted to have Sam on. He's been doing a great job. We've been friends for a long time, and he has a sports element too. So, and
I appreciate the officiating call there. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, exactly, no doubt. And man, guys, I tell you what, it's been a heck of a weekend. But the good news is that we'll keep our fingers crossed. We've got less than 2 weeks away from Pirate baseball, and I think it's looking. It'll be all right. We'll be looking good, and we'll definitely be ready for. Even if it's 10 below, I'll be out there. But even if it's cold, well, actually, I'm sorry. Alan and Vic and I will be in the press box.
And I will be behind home plate freezing my rear end off.
Yeah, Kyle you can have my seats, Kyle, if you want to sit out there. But anyway, no, joking. Kyle and actually, it was me, Kyle, Jessica, Bubba, and Alexander went in 2019, that opening weekend. And I was like looking at you guys, doesn't this feel like a football game? I mean, it was just.
Yeah, it was like in the 70s, like mid-70s, wasn't it?
And that was cold. It was cold that day.
2019.
Oh, yeah, okay. I know. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And, we had big jackets on, and I'm like, this is not right, man. This is not right. We're playing baseball, and it's football weather. So, anyway, glad to have.
Well, there was one weekend it was actually pretty warm not too long ago. If I don't remember what.
Yeah,
that's the thing. You don't know what you're going to get.
It's hit and miss.
Yeah.
So JR, you're a big hoops fan. Love the basketball Pirates. We need to get the business Pirates. Beat the number one team in the conference for basketball this year, Florida Atlantic. So I want to get JR to start. Obviously I haven't been following basketball because I've been sick of what's been going on. But Pirates come up today, upset FAU down in Boca. How shocked were you with the win?
Well, not real shocked because somebody asked me, I think it was Kenny Curlings, are they going to win 10 games? I said, no way. So they're proving me wrong right off the bat, apparently, because that was a tough place to win. To answer your question, Kyle, I was shocked. I mean, they were 14-point underdogs. They started off the game down 10 early. But, it's not just Riley that's doing this either. I mean, he had 35 points again today, 37 last game. It's the first time that any Pirate has scored 35 points back-to-back since 1977.
Wow.
So that kind of tells you a little bit about, it's also his fourth 30-point.
Did anybody hear JR?
Yeah, we can hear him.
You can hear me?
Hear him.
Yeah, we can hear him. Justin, leave and come back.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyhow, Riley, Jordan Riley also has 4 30-point games this season, and he's only one of 4 Pirates to ever do that. The other 3 were, Akeem Richmond, Blue Edwards, and the guy from 1977. I can't.
Maybe.
Anyhow, and then we got contributions from people are really starting to step up. The new guy, Gardner, he's a redshirt senior, so this is his last year. Maybe he'll put in for some type of waiver or something.
Give him another year. Come on, give him.
Yeah, he'll be out of eligibility, but the guy is playing out of his mind. Like the last 5 games.
It's East Carolina basketball. Give us a break. Give the guy.
We need one.
Years. I mean,
he's finally starting to play well. He's got 13.4 points the last 5 games, and then Corey Cocker, who really has done nothing all year, to be honest. The last in 3 of the last 5 games, he's hit 3 3-pointers. He's got 38 assists to only 10 turnovers his last 7 games, and some of his assists are the reasons why Gardner and Riley are scoring, because he's had some really nice dishes, and I think he's finally getting comfortable.
Yes.
Dimitri Gardner, even though he's a redshirt freshman, he was clearly very uncomfortable when he first started playing with the Pirates, but now he's extremely comfortable. He's shooting 60% from 3-point since he's been here. He's 16 of 40 from 2-point, but he's 12 of 20 from 3-point. Wow. So he's shooting 60% from 3-point range. We need that in a big way. And that takes some pressure off of Riley, too, as far as, people double teaming him, because you can't leave Dimitri Gardner open or he's going to make you pay. So those 3, and of course, Amaruju in the middle is
He
always
is
pretty steady, swatting balls and
senior,
keeping.
man.
But yeah, they surprised me, Kyle. Here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get them to finish in top 10 in this conference so that they can at least head to the conference tournament, because 3 teams are not going to make the conference tournament. And one of them is probably UTSA. And
Oliver Mack.
Yeah, Oliver Mack is the guy that had the all the scoring records in 1977. He did everything, and no one's really done anything like he's done since until now. Until Riley Jordan's also got the longest streak in the nation of scoring 11 or more points in a game. He's done it for 31 consecutive games going back to last season. So I mean, he's going crazy. So I want to give him a chance to play in the conference tournament. So we need to pass a couple of other teams
and the schedule really sets up great. I mean, you got Temple coming up on Saturday, then Wednesday you got UTSA and Rice. So you're looking at probably two wins right there easily. So we can get right back in it. So
that's the thing is that Justin, you made a great point. Is I was going to say to answer Kyle's question, we do have some games that are more competitive for us in the league, and I think at this point, if we can, just like you guys said, I'm glad y'all made that point, is if we can get in the tournament will be a huge win for us at this point. I mean, I know that's not what we want to talk about. That's not what we want to hear, but we got off on a terrible start, and just to make any kind of postseason to this point is going to be big. By the way, Kyle,
if we do make postseason, we're going to be dangerous in the conference tournament to beat somebody early.
Yeah. Maybe if we can get at least one win. It seems like we get one conference win as far as the tournament goes. So let's see. By the way, guys, he said it was okay apparently because he put it in the I was talking about somebody going to umpiring school. It's our buddy Craig. He said at umpire school, finish up Wednesday. I don't know if Major League Baseball is in my future, but he's learning a ton. So
great. I look. I've always wanted to go down to the Whittleside Academy, and that the Whittleside Academy. This is their last year actually doing the Whittleside Academy, but I got a good buddy of mine that finished #1 in the Whittleside Academy a couple of years ago. Great for you, Craig. I really commend you for doing that. And like I said, good luck to you, man. I really do. That's awesome.
Pulling hard.
Awesome.
By the way, Craig, whenever you get to the major leagues, don't forget your buddies at the Sports Objective.
Call me up. Call me up. Please. I will be glad to come watch you umpire in the major leagues.
Is he going to?
I got my buddy right now. He's actually getting ready to do. He's at AAA right now. He's getting ready to make his MLB debut. He just called me up. He just got called down to spring training in Florida this year, and he actually he's got a couple of East Carolina baseball games. I'm not going to mention his name, but
okay.
He actually did our series with Carolina. I'm not going to say his name, but he actually threw Cliff Gowan out a couple years ago.
Oh,
he's going to tell you everything about him, but he's not going to say his name.
Yeah. Exactly. I will tell you. I will.
He lives over there. It was Alan Fick. But I ain't going to say his name. His wife is a blonde with large breasts, but I ain't going to say his name.
But no. The guy talks a really good umpire. Has actually really took me under his wing a lot. He's a little bit younger than me, but
I ain't going to say his name.
He's from Whiteville. I'll give you a little clue. He was the plate umpire in the Futures game in Seattle, where they played the All-Star game in Seattle.
But he ain't going to say his name.
I think it starts with a W. Does it start with a W?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It starts with an M, but he ain't going to say his name.
It starts with M. His last name starts with an H.
Okay.
Mike Houston. How about
that? No, Scotty Montgomery. How about that?
This doesn't start with an M or an H. This is what the M works.
But no, he's a really good umpire. He's a really good guy. So, but yeah, Craig, good job down there. Appreciate you doing that, man. I mean, we need a lot of umpires. I'll tell this story right now. I went to an umpiring camp down in San Antonio one time. They looked at me. They said, "You're daggone good looking umpire. know your stuff, but you're too fat, you're too old. So, well, that's, typical.
They called you too fat and too old after they called you good looking.
That's what they
I
said.
always do.
So,
I
no,
always do umpires
I
for
will tell you this.
blind,
So,
but
let me
God
tell you
knows this
something about. Let me tell you something about umpire. They are looking for that 18 to 20-year-old kid that does not know nothing about umpire. That's what
That's what umpires are
That's
looking
what the
for is
pro
18
umpires.
to 20 years.
Well,
wow.
but that's what the
Okay,
fans are
good.
looking
Yeah,
at.
18 to 20 year olds legal. That's fine. All right.
Well, me and Kyle are out
Wait a
of
minute.
that range there. So, but no, like I said, Greg, good luck to you, man.
Yeah, no doubt. That's not a man. We had Alan. We had he's just retired a few years ago. Joe West from Greenville, right?
Joe West. I'm gonna tell you something about Joe West. Joe West was actually, when he started officiating baseball, he was actually in my association that I'm a part of now in high school. He started out in Greenville as called Little League Baseball while he was in school in East Carolina. And the guy by the name of Malcolm Sykes, who was at that time, he was the supervisor for the Carolina League. He got him up into professional baseball. And Joe West comes back. He does a Zoom call about once a year with us, and he actually goes through. He actually teaches us a little something. So Joe West is a great guy. I met him 2 or 3 times. But yeah, he actually came back to Goldsboro probably about 4 or 5 years ago, right after COVID, and did a clinic for us.
Joe
During
West also
COVID.
sang country music, and he
Cowboy Joe.
And he would bring his albums by the radio station for us to play a cut or two. So that's where I met Joe, was at the radio station.
I did
And
not.
he played what? He played one football in East Carolina. He played football in East Carolina for 1 year. He went to Elon as a quarterback.
Yeah, he actually.
You would have never thought he would be a quarterback.
No,
he got some mentions in Billboard magazine for his music in the mid '80s, in the late '80s.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, the album was called Blue Cowboy.
Wow. Hey, Stevie, what was the name of our show now? Stevie, you're changing the name to what's the name of our show?
What did we say earlier?
Useless.
The Nation of Useless Information.
Yeah, there, the Nation. So if you're wondering where you could come and get the Nation of Useless Information, no, I didn't know. That's very cool, Alan. I've known about Joe for like most of my life, all the time he's been up there, and I didn't know he was a aspiring country singer.
Yep.
Sure it is.
See,
started his umpiring career in Greenville, North Carolina, right there at Granger Stadium, right there. He actually called his first game at Granger Stadium, believe it or not.
In Greenville?
Yep, in Greenville, North Carolina. That is correct.
Granger Stadium in Greenville?
Not Granger, but what was Guy Smith? Guy Smith. Yeah, Guy Smith. I'm thinking of, Guy Smith. Yeah, Guy Smith.
Right. By the way, Bubba wants to know what's in that mug. So
yeah.
No comment.
I was going to ask him. I was about to ask Justin, did he forget to take his Adderall?
A dry socket. Dry socket. You got to drink again.
No, a dry pocket. A dry socket is what you get when you go to the dentist.
Look. I've been stuck inside. I've been stuck inside my house with my 2 kids all the whole weekend. All right, so give me a break.
No
You're
doubt.
good, Justin. You're good, man.
No, so anyway, we could talk. Certainly, I tell you what. By the way, before we talk about baseball or football, you guys know she's a big fan of our show, and I'm a big fan of hers. We all are. But got to give a shout out to the ladies. Won again, guys. We're now 6.
Oh, Kim McNeil. I didn't know who in the world you were talking about.
Yeah, I didn't either. What? A woman's a fan.
16-7 on the year, and they could have a 20. I mean, guys, it's really realistic now to say they can have a 20-win season.
I think it would be disappointing if they don't. I think 20-win season.
NCAA tournament bust.
Yeah, 17 or 6. I mean, you're talking about a 20-win season. Kim McNeil might not be a fan of you anymore.
No, I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that's like my go to what I want for the team, at least 20 wins for both the men's and women's. And I was like, all right, we can.
Yeah, I would expect postseason play. I don't know what the Americans RPI is if you're going to have to win the conference tournament to get in the NCAA tournament for women, but at least WNIT for the ladies at this point.
Yeah.
Yes, no doubt about it.
Do the women do they do the like the college inside tournament or the
There is a women's CIT and CBI, but
okay.
I would think, if we keep winning, we'll be minimum. I would think WNIT.
Yeah, I
Well,
would
wait
think
a
so
minute.
as
Now,
well.
I could be wrong on this. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe I don't even know. I may be making this up in my head. There's 32 teams in the men's NIT. Is the women's NIT field bigger? Some reason I'm thinking it is.
And maybe I'll look it up. I don't know. I know I don't know how many teams are in it, but I'll look it up.
Or is it 32 for the women? Is the NIT for men 16 or is it 32?
32.
32,
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah, okay. JR, do you know how many women's team get us through the WNIT?
I confess, I'm not a huge follower of women's basketball just because it's the top 4 teams and everybody else, and nobody can challenge the top 4 or 5 teams. So I don't pay. I'm not interested in it, but I would think it's 32.
48.
48.
48.
I was
Okay.
thinking
You
it
were
was
right,
more.
Kyle.
Yeah, I was thinking it was more because I was thinking there's always a better chance to get into the ladies NIT than the men's. So where did Justin go?
He's
there.
Here.
You go. He bringing the energy.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was trying to look something up, guys. Sorry about that.
What are you trying to look up? So what is in the cup, Justin? What are you drinking tonight?
Diet Pepsi.
With what?
Diet
No
Pepsi.
comment.
Yeah. Let's just leave it. I'll just say that. Let's leave it at that.
There you go.
Are you a bourbon guy or a rum guy?
Scotch.
You don't drink Scotch and Pepsi.
Scotch, man. I'll tell you, Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker. All right, there you go.
Yeah, no doubt. So anyway, but that was nice to see the men and women. It was we got a great snowfall. I've had a lot of great memories and time with my kids this weekend. So
the
only thing I will say, Kyle, I will tell you this. The only thing I missed really bad this week, I didn't have any football. No football. Really missed it a lot. So
I hadn't had any football in several weeks now, but there wasn't not a lot going on in the sports world this weekend. You had the Royal Rumble yesterday.
That was really good.
No, it wasn't. I didn't catch it. Roman Reigns won it. The men's Royal Rumble. Who won the ladies' Rumble?
Liv Morgan.
Liv. Yeah, I love Liv.
She was. I'm glad that. To me, there was a lot of. I thought the whole thing, and I won't get political about Saudi Arabia. How I feel about Saudi Arabia, but
I think we all feel the same.
Yeah, but anyway, other than that part, I was really happy with the product. I will say, normally I'm like Kyle and maybe Alan. Normally I'm kind of.
I thought it was kind of boring, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Any surprise returns?
No.
Brie
Brie Bella and the women's. There should not be a women's Rumble match. I like
Kyle,
it. No, you don't.
Be ashamed of yourself.
Oh, I know it, Stevie. I know it. No, it takes away from the men's Rumble. It's putting a hat on a hat. You already have a men's Royal Rumble. We need a women's Royal Rumble. If you're going to do a women's Royal Rumble, they have 2 nights of SummerSlam. They have 2 nights of WrestleMania. If you're going to do, to me, that's the one pay-per-view that could have 2 nights. Is the Royal Rumble. If you're going to have a stupid ladies Rumble, once you see that one Royal, you don't want to see another. So I hate having 2 Royal Rumble matches on the same night. I cannot stand it. I am glad Liv won the women's Royal Rumble because I'm a Liv Morgan fan. But Roman Reigns winning the men's Royal Rumble, me and Stevie were talking about that last night. What do you do with that?
They're going to have him back as a champion, I guess.
Which way does he go?
Which way do you go? Exactly.
Punk, or does he go McIntyre?
And we were speculating. If they do him and Drew, I really believe that you could see the crowd turn Roman heel and turn Drew babyface. And I think if they do him and Punk, it'd be face versus face. But I think the crowd would be firmly behind Punk.
That's correct.
Yeah, Reigns, since they turned Reigns face, and all that happened a few months ago, he lost momentum. I thought he was a fabulous heel.
You are correct, Alan. He sucks as a face.
Yeah, I just don't think he has the same pop as a baby for whatever reason.
Another thing he does, he sucks without a mouthpiece for him too. But
you're correct, Stevie. But he even talking for himself, it's better as a heel because if you're going to be a man of few words, it's better if those few words are
exactly.
You're being an asshole versus surfer and succotash. It doesn't. He does not work as a babyface.
Yeah. Stupid ladies rumble, isn't that the View?
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's true.
Pretty much.
I don't ever. I don't ever watch that show. Is it like anyway? Those shows like I grew up being a fan of soap operas, so those shows place some soap operas and stuff. So anyway, to me, it's just I don't understand. I don't understand the concept of the show. I don't understand it.
Basically, it's a bunch of people sitting around talking, giving their opinion. I think it's basically a podcast.
Pretty much.
There you go.
And they all.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So, guys, with 2 weeks, we're 2 weeks before our very first extra innings. How do you feel about? Are you feeling good about baseball? Are you feeling good about the Pirates?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to. You look at all we got coming back. You look what was added to the roster. Look at the way we finished the season with the momentum we had. The depth we have particularly on the pitching mound. I think we have the opportunity to be in hosting conversation at the end of the year, which is where we want to be. Because if you host, your path to Omaha's a lot easier. We're going to be a top 25 team. We should be. We are preseason in a couple polls, so I'm feeling good about things. I would assume everybody else is. There's no reason not to.
Yeah. And I'll echo on Kyle there with the schedule, the depth. There's no telling what this season's going to be. We're going to be really good this year. I've followed East Carolina baseball a long time. We're going to be really good. The schedule sets up well. The schedule's strong. So our strength of schedule should be really well. So, I mean, NCAA tournament hosting shouldn't be out of the question. But like I said, the depth is going to be really good this year. It's like I said, we're going to have a midweek starter this year. So I'm on the pitching mound. So that's what I'm excited about. To see an actual midweek guy, something that we've lacked the last couple of years. So I'm looking forward to this year. I think we're going to be really good.
I'd be interested to see what the strength of schedule really is. If they've done that this early, because strength of schedule is just as good as anybody in the country, I think.
Oh yeah.
Well, except for the team we're playing in week 1, Xavier, their schedule's off the charts. And then SEC teams, they naturally have the best strength of schedule because they're playing each other, and they have like 12 teams in the top 20. But we did well. We've done very well. The thing that I would tell people is, please come out when we're playing at home. Come out and root, because we have 37 home games, and that's great because as fans we get to go to 37 home games. But in the RPI, if you lose a home game, it's like it really hurts your RPI number. So we have 37 home games, but we got to win a bunch of those, and we will. I'm sure we will. But I'm just saying that don't take any games for granted. I guess that's the best way to put it. No matter who we're playing, it's baseball, and everybody's got their Friday night guy that could throw a gem at any minute. So
take every game as you can. Take every game.
Yeah,
don't take the games off.
Just don't assume we're going to win every game against lesser opponents, because it's difficult to do that. But we definitely need to win a lot of home games this season, and we will. I'm sure we will.
Yeah, Kenny says baseball needs to get off to a solid start this season. We know our bats get better when the weather turns warmer. Absolutely. We don't need to.
I'll agree with 100% with that. It's something about, like I said, I've been following East Carolina a long time. It's something about when it warms up in Clark Clare, the bats heat up. To me, that's my opinion on that. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead, Alan.
I think I've mentioned several times, we're going to know pretty early with this schedule what is what, and I wouldn't get concerned if we don't start off 3-0, 4-0. I wouldn't get worried.
So what is you guys' opinion on the Carolina? So Carolina, let's talk about the Carolina weekend there.
The Tar Heels?
Oh yeah.
Well, they're probably favorites to make it to Omaha. I mean, I would think they're one of the top 2 or 3 teams that are the heaviest favorites to make it there.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They have everything.
Yeah.
They can match our Friday night guy. That'll be a really good duel.
That's gonna be a really good series. I really think that will.
Yeah, no, they're beatable for sure. We can beat them. We definitely can. But they're one of the better teams in the country, and so is Coastal Carolina, and that's good for us.
Yeah, so you face Carolina, then you got Coastal Carolina the following weekend.
And Xavier's not a pushover either.
Coastal's not the following weekend. I don't think. It could be wrong. I think is it Coastal later in the season?
Is it? So it's the
March.
Yeah, I
fourth.
think
Yeah,
you
it's
got
the
Keith.
fourth. So we
You got
got
the Leclerc
somebody. So we
Classic
got Keith
after.
and Claire out of Carolina. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but early you'll find out early in the year how good we are.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
I mean, you get Xavier's going to push over. Campbell's always tough, particularly on the road.
oh yeah, no doubt.
Obviously you got the Tar Heels for the 3-game series. Keith Leclerc Classic. You got Rutgers. You got a good Troy program, and you got Western Carolina, who's good some years. So we're gonna find out how good we are in a hurry. And I think I might have missed. Oh, we got a Northern Illinois game in there for what that's worth.
Yeah, Jeff Comper. That's going to be the Jeff.
The
Comper.
Jeff Comper series.
That's just one midweek game.
Kyle's favorite university.
Yeah. Southeast Louisiana came up here and beat us in the Leclerc Classic a few years ago, and Troy's certainly, capable of doing the same thing. I mean,
absolutely,
we're a better team. Don't get me wrong, but it's like I say, it's baseball, and they have a good, like you said.
One thing I will say about baseball: take every game serious.
Well, the Sun Belt's a very good conference, and
yeah, they are.
Troy is always a contender in the Sun Belt, so they're nobody to take for granted.
And like you said, Kyle, I'd be happy with. I mean, a 1-run win against Campbell. I'm tired of losing to those guys.
I will too.
Campbell. By the way, Sam Walker is a Campbell graduate. So
I know. I heard him.
It's something about that turf down there at Campbell. I don't know what it is.
But what is the? But we're playing. I didn't realize. Forgive me. I've been looking at the schedule a lot, and I missed on the midweek game after Carolina. Is the College of Charleston at Segra Stadium?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, down in Fayetteville. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's a neutral site.
Yeah, that one is one that like you have the Carolina series, and then you have the Leclerc Classic in the on the next weekend. In the middle there, you have the College of Charleston. I don't know to be honest, I haven't studied as far as this year. I'm trying to be like Johnny and getting the hang of the swing of baseball, no pun intended. But is College of Charleston good in baseball?
Well, yeah, they are. They typically are.
They are.
But
I've actually had an opportunity to go down to College of Charleston.
Justin, can you hear JR?
I cannot.
Okay, that's why you're talking over him. Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's okay. No big deal. Anyway, I was just going to say, College of Charleston is usually, like you said, very good. But there are so many teams, and with all the portal changes and everything, I'm not sure what kind of a team. I haven't got to. I'm like studying every team on the schedule, but I have not done. I haven't done Charleston, College of Charleston yet. I think I said Coastal. I meant College of Charleston. But yeah, they'll be decent. They're not going to be a terrible team, that's for sure.
Right. I don't think there's. I mean, is there really a? I know people may not like me to use this term. Is there really a cupcake on the schedule? I mean, it looks like everything.
No.
I would say maybe Northern Illinois.
Yeah, I don't know anything about.
No, they're going to blow us out, JR.
They're the first time we've ever played them. And Pennsylvania and the Ivy League, Columbia, we swept them a couple of years ago. And Columbia was a good team. Pennsylvania's not as, they just haven't been up near the top of the Ivy. So, like I said, don't take anybody for granted. But if you're looking for the easiest games, maybe it's Northern Illinois and maybe it's Pennsylvania.
College, I will tell you from a couple of umpires I've talked to, College of Charleston swings the bats a lot. They will swing the bat, and they play a lot of small ball. I've had an opportunity I've actually had an opportunity to go down to College of Charleston this year to umpire, and I haven't gone down there because obviously it's 3.5 hours for free. But they told me for the guys I've talked to, they will swing the bats. They will swing the bats. So take it that was the worth, but they're going to be good. It's not going to be easy. Nobody on the schedule is going to be easy for us this year.
No.
They're typically a good program, so
they are.
So them being projected to be good this year doesn't surprise me. And that game in Fayetteville, we've played a few of those games over the years recently where the minor league stadium buys the game. And the one thing I don't like about playing in the stadium down at Fayetteville is there's no video. In fact, for most of those minor league stadiums, except for when we played in Kannapolis a few years ago, there's no video coverage for those games, and they have video equipment at those minor league stadiums.
We need John Packard back.
Yeah, no kidding. But there's no. So I'm assuming it'll be the same this year. They'll be radio only for that College Charleston game if you're not going to be in Fayetteville.
Yeah, one thing that we do have an advantage with in that game against the Cougars is that they're playing 4 consecutive home games on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and then playing the Pirates on Wednesday. So we'll be their 5th game in 6 days. So maybe their pitching will be a little bit beat up by the time they get to us.
They don't have a lot of pitching depth.
Well, that's even better, Justin.
So,
yeah, well, that's I'm glad I do this show with you guys. I'm learning the schedule and trying to learn it, and we still have a little less than 2 weeks away, and I know that we're excited about it. By the way, I no surprise, I think even did I see or read obviously when one of our group chats said all the jungle tickets are sold, and they may have some available, like game day or whatever to walk up tickets, but
that is correct, Dave.
Okay.
Yeah.
No surprise there. We could add, there's some dead space there out in right field that I hope that at some point in my lifetime they'll add some more. I feel like they should add something there. It's just not. It's like that's the one area of the stadium that I know we've got the left field project going on, an expansion, but I would love to see between the first base side seats and the bullpen for the opponent.
So Dave, I will tell you this: there has been talk where they want to ask the bleachers out there.
Okay.
Cliff wants to ask the bleachers out there.
Make that
kind of like Ole Miss. If you look at right field, how they have the suit section out there, he wants to make that like Ole Miss.
I'd
love to have some bleachers somewhere in the outfield.
That'll be a perfect section for the student section. Get a bunch
rowdy.
of students out there tailgating and have a bunch of grills out there.
I would just, I hate the jungle because not for what it is, because it's great, but I can't see shit from out there. So having bleachers out there,
you're not alone.
Well, I'm even more so, but having some bleachers out there would be great.
The atmosphere, I've said this all along, but the atmosphere in the jungle is second to none. It's great. I love people. The problem is there's no way you can really, I think where JR is in the left field is the best part of the jungle as far as visibility.
Yeah.
But I've said all along where the batter's eye right behind there, speaking of dead space, I'd put at the 23 club, the bar out there, and have this big, massive television, something we could have out there. And if you want to, you can get you a pirate beverage. You can go out there, you can watch the game, but something. And also, I'll say this, the administration in 22 did a great job when we were hosting the Super, but I'd love to do it for the regional and the Super Regional because I think we're going to host it. When they put that television out in the parking lot and a whole bunch of people came, that was really, really cool. And I want to tell you something, guys. I know they said that the ticket scanners messed up, but there was a lot of people in the jungle. It was really tight. Even in right field, it was it was shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah,
for the Texas Super
a lot of
Regional
people
Series,
there that day. I actually had to leave early to go to work, and I walked right by that television.
Josh, is the unused part of the jungle, though, is what we're talking about. Not talking about replacing the
that
jungle
right field area, man. It's dead.
Yeah, well, that definitely we need to do something with that. I'm just saying one down the road. I'm not talking about even in the right now because we got the third base side. We'll do one thing at a time, but I definitely think you want to talk about our students. They love a winner, and they even come to the basketball games when winning. And think about the regional atmosphere. And if you have a whole bunch of college kids in one central area, and this is like the boneyard area for the football, you have that for baseball.
Yeah, I think this is what people are saying. Or some people are thinking we're talking about changing the jungle. We're not talking about changing the jungle. We're talking about adding an unused. You're talking about adding an unused area, putting some bleachers out there, not doing away with the jungle.
I'm talking about where the pitcher, like the indoor pitching facility or whatever that Williams, that's where they had back in 22. Mr. Beast came to the regional and super regional. And they had him out there so that Jimmy could be by himself. So I felt like that Mr. Beast just needs to give a whole bunch of money. That's fine if you want to have your own section. We'll have the Mr. Beast section and give a whole bunch of money, and why not? So anyway, that was just my thinking. I mean, I know
Stevie Fly section now that he won the lottery run across.
Yeah.
I'll just buy the jungle.
200. It was like $220 million, and he won't give us a loan, but or a gift. Alan, don't you want a gift from Stevie?
I was going to say, if I won the lottery, I know what would be in my cup. It would not be fantastic.
I don't get that. What would be in your cup?
Something expensive, wonderful, and plentiful.
Some Van Winkle. Are you a bourbon guy, Alan?
No, I'm not. Believe it or not, the only alcohol, I'm a little bit of a beer drinker occasionally, but I like Red Oak for beer.
Oh yeah, me too. Unpasteurized, okay. And it's made right here, North Carolina. I'm a Red Oak fan myself.
Yeah, I like Red Oak when I do drink, which is very seldom.
And Kenny's talking about exactly what. Thank you, Kenny. Big open area on the other side of first base. Exactly. That's where I'm talking about, and I think Cliff is about the student section. And I'm going to tell you something. That would be you want to, and I'll tell you another thing. You want to talk about a hard ticket to get if you're a student, and that would be great for the kids having to camp out, blah blah. But I think that would be a lot of fun. And again, going back to what I was saying, Alan, I hope that they will bring back the when we make the regional again and super regional, because we're hosting. That I'm very confident with this team. I really am. I want to see that big screen again. It was a really cool thing. You had a few hundred. I mean, I was like, I don't know whether people showed up, and it's like all these people were trying to get into the jungle, and when they couldn't get in the jungle, there's that big screen, and you could walk out.
We beat Texas so bad on that Friday. I had to leave a little early to go back to work to get on the air. And there was a lot of people in that parking lot watching that television.
No doubt.
Oh, yeah. And the Burke family parking lot?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There was a huge screen there. And, people were having a good time out there for sure. On Friday, especially.
Oh, yeah.
And most of Saturday.
Yeah. Never forget that.
And then Sunday, exactly. Then Sunday was the rain, speaking of storms, that I was in right field, and it was just like, oh man, we got in there and they played maybe an inning or something, and
we were down like 7 or 8-0 after one inning, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, Alan, good point. And everybody came back. I mean, what time did it start, Alan? It wasn't like 8 or 9?
It was about 9:30 that night when it restarted.
Yeah. And it was soaking wet. It was not warm, really.
Y'all were soaking wet. I was actually in the Caribbean during that game.
You did what?
I was actually in the Caribbean during that. I went to the Friday night series, and I had a cruise booked out of Baltimore. So I was listening to the game actually in the Caribbean. Going down to Bermuda. So, yeah. So y'all were getting wet, and I was getting pissed off the whole time. So
you are a pirate, Justin. So you were on a ship. So that makes
I'm a cruise kind of guy. So
I'll never forget Saturday.
I remember the Saturday game. I was going to the bar. I was going to the bar on the cruise ship, and I was having a little phone up trying to watch the regional, and that was a great time.
Amen, Kenny.
Yeah, they were, including their coach at the time. We was talking about he had a beer spilled on him in the jungle. I was like, I have never seen. Now we have rowdy fans in the jungle. But you want to talk about Josh Thomas? I could start talking about a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, Josh's a great guy.
Are very friendly, and they will give you food that they don't have to give you, and they are very good to everybody. So I was like, I don't know.
You know what, Dave? I'm gonna back him up though. David Pierce is the coach, and I'm gonna back him up because
Johnny spilled the beer on him.
No. He's the coach of Rice now. He took over at Rice, so we're going to be seeing him. He's going to be at the jungle again. But he's not that kind of guy that would. But what part of the problem was people put out on social media. There were some young kids in the right field jungle, very young, and they had the empty, the aluminum beers for Miller Lite and Michelob Ultra.
Sure.
They had the empty beer bottles and they were banging them on the fence to make noise. And then, of course, you know, it went on social media that 11-year-olds were drinking beer, you know, in the jungle, and that was just complete garbage.
That's a jungle tradition. 11-year-olds. Yeah,
That was garbage.
13-year-olds do cocaine. It's a tradition.
Oh man,
yeah, it's a tradition.
First time I ever had a few, it was at the Great Pirate Purple Gold Pigskin Pig Out Party in 1984.
How old were you in '84, Alan?
1984, I was 16 going on 17.
How old are you?
I am 16 going on 17.
Yeah.
He was 6'7".
Yeah, and that was a night or two I'd like to forget, but long story.
Yeah, not as bad as Coastal Carolina fans were that weekend.
Ron Barber's family singers.
Yeah. You know, I want to go down there. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go down there to that Coastal series, and I'm going to take Kyle with me so he can see that I'm not.
I don't think. Yeah, I never thought you were lying. I just said I had a good experience with their football fans.
Yeah, they don't care about football. I guess I don't.
And, you know, and how, you know, are they talking Look, if they're talking, as long as they don't get personal, if they're talking smack like Coastal's better than East Carolina, so but if they get personal, is where it draws. Well, I don't give a crap if you're talking, you know, sports smack. As long as you get personal.
Yeah.
That's fun when they're talking baseball smack.
Yeah, I thought they were good when they came to Greenville and played the 3-game series, but in the regional, they were not so nice. I didn't have a good experience with them. They tried to take over the jungle, and they hung their banner on the fence with the stupid rooster, and and
my daughter had her first. This is Josh Thomas, not my daughter. Had her first drink by accident at 8 back in 2019 at baseball.
You just grabbed the wrong cup.
I guess so. It was not on purpose, so it's not like.
Well, Josh's daughter, she did beat me. She's great at beer pong. She's really good, but we weren't drinking beer though. We were just drinking. We were just drinking water. But she's good. Very good.
Oh.
Is that what they call it now? Watered down.
No, we wouldn't. No, she wasn't. She was not having any alcohol. Maybe I was. Maybe I snuck a few beers in there, but not her.
Oh man! All right, let's get off. I don't want DSS calling. Anyway, yeah, they'll call me and they're like, "What's up with this talk about 8-year-olds, 11-year-olds, and 13-year-olds drinking?" I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
And the 13-year-olds were doing cocaine.
It's your fault.
He said
they were trying to fight us and cussing around children. I didn't care for them at all. The Coastal friends.
I've told this story before.
If children are drunk. What does it matter?
Yeah, right. Greg Worrell, Bryson's father had to be held back because they were, you know, and that was the wrong guy to taunt. Bryson was, you know, single-handedly destroying everybody in that regional.
Yes, he was. He was on fire.
I mean, so they picked the wrong person to go after, and he wasn't in the mood to take it, and it didn't end well for the Chanticleer fans.
Were they being personal, or was it sports?
Yeah, they were drunk too. You know, that's what happens. But they were
personal
being
in what way?
Taunting. They were taunting. And you know I've never taunted another fan of another. You know,
how were they doing it? Give me an example, JR.
Well, they had this stupid little flag, like I told you, their banner, and you know, every time something good would happen, they would shake it in his face, or all of our faces, really. And it was like nobody did anything about it. But we got tired of it after a while, and then you know, the next game we took care of business, and they quietly snuck out of the stadium.
Sunday night.
And we didn't say anything to them. We didn't taunt them. We didn't say anything.
But nobody was like calling each other names or
no, it didn't get to the ugly, if that's what you're saying. Just disrespectful, not ugly. Is that an okay way to say it?
Yeah. No, I can handle all that as long as they ain't. Well, if anybody wants to toss out F-bombs, I can beat them at that. They want to have an F-bomb contest.
Josh said that we had a great group of Texas fans that joined our tailgate, but they were all players' parents, so they were more respectful. Yeah, exactly. I think it's alcohol induced stuff that's going.
Yeah.
That was my experience out in right field, and and the other thing with Coastal was they're not supposed to sell Coastal merchandise. They have an awesome store. I give them credit for that. We should have a store inside Clark LeClaire. We have just a little booth. I'm not knocking on anybody. I'm just saying let's take care of that. That's a very easy fix. But anyway, they were selling Coastal stuff, and I'm like, my God, can you imagine how much money we would make if we
Are you talking about their regional? They were selling Coastal merch.
Yeah.
Because they had a team store inside their stadium.
Yeah.
Okay, that's smart.
You're not supposed to do that. I know that. I mean, yeah, if we could do that, you don't think we would do it?
Well, maybe it's something about having a store versus a stand. I don't know.
No, they just didn't. I understand that. I'll give John Gilbert credit on that anytime I can because I like him a lot. I think he told the NCAA they were doing that. They're not supposed to do it. The year before, McKenzie wanted ECU, like ECU stuff, and I said I didn't think about it. I said, baby, I'll buy it from you, for you at the stadium, and because it's always there. I didn't think about it being a regional. And we get there a couple years ago, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So
that's really a dumb rule. NCAA needs to change that. That's really stupid.
Yeah,
because your fans are going to buy your merch, and then if another team's fan, how does that give you any kind of an advantage?
Sell
everybody's
merch.
That's stupid. That's a dumb rule.
Sell everybody's merch. I mean,
you got to sell it. I mean, you could, you could, but
that way it's fair.
It's
fair.
still fair. It's because it doesn't give you any kind of an advantage unless you're talking about financial advantage, but you're already hosted. So that's a dumb
$40
rule.
regional shirt instead of
Well, you have both. You have both. You still sell the NCAA tournament apparel, but you sell your own. I mean, that's just
here's
dumb.
Here's a great one from Irving. It'll be great getting reacquainted with a former Texas head coach this year. Any chance Florida's head coach, Sully, might be making an appearance to the Jungle anytime soon? It would have to be most likely a regional or super regional. So
wouldn't that be something?
Oh man, that would be fan. And think about it. How cool would that be? How cool would that be? Think about this, guys. How cool would that be at a regional or super regional to have Sully come play us? And it's Parker Bird's last year playing, and we go. Maybe that's the way we go to Omaha. I don't know.
I'd love to have Florida come to the Pirates sooner than later. I think that'd be I think that'd be great theater. Thank
you, Kenny. He says the NCAA has ruined college sports. Amen, brother. Amen. I don't think there's going to be any disagreement on this panel that we have here tonight. And always, I'm sorry, but it's just like who has the best job in America? It's the president of the NCAA. They don't do. What do they do? I mean, please tell me what they do. They're more of a figurehead to begin with, but now it's even more and more, and I guess I should say less and less and less relevant to have a president of the NCAA. That's my opinion. There's no need for it if you're not going to basically, the only time, and, speaking of politics, the Supreme Court with the NIL case, they lost 9-0. Think about all the Supreme, and we're not going to talk about that, but think about the Supreme Court. If you want to talk about getting your butt beat, every single justice, liberal, conservative, chief justice, everybody voted against you. So anyway, I just the NCAA. We could have a whole show on the NCAA and their problems, but I'm like you guys. I'm at the point now where baseball, it won't come soon enough. But then when it does come, it'll be too cold. And Alan Vick will be giving me one-liners. Then I'll get in trouble with the people in the press box. They think that I'm rooting for East Carolina, which I am, but I'm not clapping. I'm laughing at Alan's one-liners and jokes.
Well, you have to learn. You have to learn to pace yourself, Dave.
Okay.
You can't laugh at everything.
I
I appreciate that. I really do, but you have to pick and choose.
All right, I have to lay off the Mountain Dews. That's why I'm getting myself in trouble.
Yeah, and if you've never seen Dave after 3 Mountain Dews and 4 plates of food at the football game, it's quite an experience.
Yeah. Kyle can join us, man. We have that huge spread.
Dude, I have no interest in going to the press box. I don't know why you keep harping
This
on
is
that.
a weekly
I don't know.
segment.
I don't know why Dave wants me to go to the press box today.
Just
But
one time. You'll see what
I
it looks
have no
like.
interest.
Go one
in
time,
it.
Kyle.
You got Justin.
Come on, Kyle. Come on, Kyle.
None. No interest. It ain't for me. It ain't. If I'm going to go to a game, I want to go to a game. I have no reason to be in the press box.
I
None.
know, but what I'm trying to tell you is you can actually. That's what we're trying to tell you. You can get all the food and everything you want. And
about that?
Look, Justin, am I lying? You can actually sit out in the stadium.
There you go.
How about
you can.
first half in the
I do it all the time.
Field in the stadium.
All right. Well, we'll check in with you again next week, Kyle, just to see if you changed your mind or not.
Yes, appreciate it,
Dude,
Justin.
one day.
Appreciate it, JR. Appreciate it. I'll the weekly thing is Kyle going to sit in the press box or is he not?
It's it's like a cliffhanger. One of these days.
Stevie, will you go sit in the press box with Dave for me?
Well, tell you what, guys, do it for charity. We'll figure out some way to do it for charity. How about that?
Imagine you're sitting in a
see how much. Hey, we'll talk about the contributions. How much money can we raise for? I'll tell you what. For the Pirate Club, we'll do it for the Pirate Club for NIL. How much money can we raise? We need to set a goal.
None, because nobody gives a damn about me sitting in the press box besides you.
I don't know. Maybe I just want you to experience it to see that it's not what you think it is. That's what.
Hey, it's nothing. You just sit there and watch the game, and you can't cheer, and you get free food. I know what it is.
You can't cheer. We're all not. You can't in the press box. But the
Dave,
club,
let me tell you who I talk to when I go. Okay, so football is more important than baseball. Let me tell you who I talk to when I go to football games when I'm watching the game. Nobody.
Okay.
I'm there to watch the game. That's why I'm there. So going to the press box, maybe for baseball. Okay, I'll give you that. Maybe for baseball, but for football, there's no way.
I won't agree with Cal on that one.
Yeah.
What's that on about being outside?
Oh yeah.
Maybe for baseball, not for football. Yeah, might do it for baseball, but not football.
Baseball sit inside. It's too damn cold. It's too damn cold.
Yeah. And what happens? It goes from one extreme in North Carolina. It goes from one extreme to the other. By the beginning of the season, you want to be in there because you're too cold, and then when
that's the thing, Dave, about baseball. I'd rather sit outside for baseball. Football put me up in the suites, do all that
You
stuff.
just said the opposite. You literally just said you'd rather sit outside for football. It was too cold. You'd rather sit inside for baseball. And now you just changed your mind midway.
It depends on the weather, Kyle.
Okay. All right.
It depends on the weather.
And there is Diet Pepsi in that cup.
No, so I'll tell you, the early seasons, I'd rather sit inside for baseball. Put me up in the box. But the originals put me behind home plate. Honestly, that's my opinion on it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt. In fact, let's see. Oh, Kenny wants a field pass for football. All right.
Good luck.
While we're talking about baseball,
I can make that. I can tell you, Kenny, we can make that happen I can make that happen pre-game, but not like standing like on the field. If you're talking about standing, there's two different passes. The pre-game
pass is
easy. Yeah. Is easy to get. The standing on the field watching the game, no.
Yeah, that's kind of hard.
Yeah,
I can't even get that.
Okay, I'm gonna. Before we get off of baseball, I was gonna ask Alan. Softball. Never. I try every year to go to a softball game, and they do a really poor job of scheduling those games at the same time as baseball.
Yeah,
I know it's not intentional, but it's really difficult to watch a softball game.
Yeah, I love going to softball, but I'm like you. A lot of times it's during baseball. So
I'm sorry. Softball's never going to win out over baseball, but I'm hoping. I mean, I've looked at the schedule, and I know early doesn't seem to be any opportunities, but they should try some way to make it so that you could watch both. Maybe
every once in a while they'll have. I would say if I had a guess, it's once or twice. It should be way more. I would say, Alan, it's once or twice a year where it's kind of like a doubleheader where there'll be like softball first, like at lunchtime, and then after the softball game, you could come and watch the baseball game. Or maybe you could, it's actually free to go to the softball games, but maybe you could give some, I don't know what kind of incentive you can get. But they, the coach is Coach Winkler is doing a great job. He actually is the first coach, I think, who did a good job of addressing the transfer portal. He did a really good job of getting he's doing a good job of recruiting as far as our local talent and our the high school girls and ladies, but he's also done a really good job with the transfer portal. I feel like it's been a nice mix.
Yeah, and the Pirate Clash, that they have every year, that is really cool. That's good. That's good softball. If you're gonna go watch softball and you've never been on a regular basis, start there, and I think you'll see how good the product really is.
And he lost some. That's one of the reasons I wanted to watch him, Dave, is because I agree with you. He seems to be a coach that has this team in the right direction. They lost a big portal loss, but he picked up a couple of good players as well. So they seem to be on the right track. So I wanted to check them out and support them. But
yeah, they had as a matter of fact, they had a couple years ago where they get big names. It's funny because everybody's talking about, well, this school and that school won't come. And I know it's softball, but we had Notre Dame come in. What was it, 3 years ago? Something like that. Or it was 24, 24, something like that. But they're always getting Michigan. They're getting big name programs to come to Greenville, North Carolina. So I just thought I know that's a non-revenue sport.
Fun fact, East Carolina was briefly in the ACC in softball.
That's correct. That was
it was a transition. It was when we were going to be. It's when we were football only in CUSA and in the Colonial for everything else. And when we got the invite for softball, we got the full invite into Conference USA for everything. So I think they got to do. I don't even know if they played a season in the ACC. I think it was announced that it never happened because they got the All Sport invite to Conference USA. Because the CAA didn't have softball.
Correct.
So we were allowed to do it. So that would have been cool if it would have actually played out.
What are your with the way the college landscape? What is your percentage? I know what y'all are going to say, I think, but what's your percentage of the chances of us ever getting in the ACC? Not the current form, but let's say that a lot of dominoes fall.
A lot of dominoes. A lot of dominoes.
If they ever have the split where the Big Ten and the SEC, absorb more teams from the ACC and Big 12, which I do think is going to happen at some point, then I think at that point we could get in the ACC, but I think that would be the only way. But I think that could end up happening. I really do. So, it would be kind of like when we got in the Big East. It wouldn't be a power conference anymore. In fact, at that point, I think you'd probably see, at least for football, you'd see probably 2 power conferences and then everybody else.
No doubt. So we've just got to keep doing what we're doing, and we're going to be fine. And Justin, I appreciate your family and a lot of families, and we got to work really hard on getting our, a guy like me that could be middle class, and I'm working my way up the Pirate Club. In the next 5 or 6 years, I'll be in the top 100, and not because I'm bragging. I'm just simply saying it's just a matter of commitment. So it's not about me. I just want everybody to know that even if you give, like we talked about this many times, but you give $10 a month, you give $20 a month, and like to Pirate Club, and then give a whole bunch to NIL. And I know Bubba and there's others that are friends of mine that are very close to that. They may not like the whole NIL thing, but I want to win. I want to win. It's legal now to do these schools many years ago were doing when I was a little kid. That's 30 for 30 document.
Yeah, I don't think it's the problem with NIL and all that. I think it's the problem with how out of control it is. It's too out of control. Everybody wants to win. Nobody minds contributing. But when there's no loyalty, there's no nothing. When I'm given, here's the thing, and I'll say it like this: I for years would go after coaches and players. Excuse me, I would go after coaches and administration. I'd never go after players. Well, now you got a slack-jaw son of a bitch making $800,000, and I'm contributing that money, and I'm not making a fraction of that. You're damn right I'm going to go after players vehemently starting this season.
Yep.
Because none of them mean anything anymore beyond just being an employee of the university. There's a term Dave likes to use, paid pirates. Well, that's what all these players are now who are here 1 or 2 years. They're not our players. They're not our boys anymore. They're just paid pirates. And you got exceptions to the rules. Guys like Preston Carr, for example, but they're few and far between. You show me some loyalty, I'll show you some loyalty. Otherwise, you're just an employee. Go do your best. Go win some games for us. And if you stick around after a year or two, then you're a pirate. But until then, you're just a paid pirate.
Yeah, Dave, you were talking about Shane Winkler and the softball in the portal. I mean, it's crept down to that level. I'm not saying that softball's at the bottom or anything. I'm just saying it is a lower level than football. Emma Jackson, she leaves Virginia Tech because she's not getting enough playing time. She comes here and she's great, and now she's left and gone to. I think she went to the SEC. So even in softball, you root for a player, they do well, and then they leave. So I respect people.
Team now.
Yeah, I do respect people, Kyle, like you were saying, that elect to be Pirates for their entire career. But
I want to say Anna Sawyer is a junior, right?
Yeah, outfielder.
Yeah, didn't she play at Conley? Was it Conley?
Yep. Yeah, it's Sawyer's sister.
So, like I'm saying that, like what I'm happy about is you have a Shane Winkler who gets Anna Sawyer that we're all going to pull for because she's a local girl and a young lady now. And then they're getting these transfers come in. And I mean, I really like, I think we've had Shane Winkler on once. Maybe we need to get him on again. But
we should. Can we get Henry Winkler?
Hey, hey. I'm sure we can. And what was his name in the Waterboy? I forgot what his coaching.
Coach Klein.
What was it?
Coach Klein.
Coach Klein.
Klein, you got your manhood.
Okay, so what a boy.
I love Jerry Reed in that movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Fantastic.
Jerry Reed, underrated actor, underrated artist.
I didn't know this. Thank you, Josh.
Talent.
Yeah, Tracy, who played with Cliff Godwin, his daughter. I didn't realize that. Thank you, Josh, is on that team, the softball team at East Carolina. So, hey, that's
her name Tracy? Tracy, that would be awesome.
No,
it should be.
It's Ella. It's Ella Tracy.
No, I can't see that.
Ella. Okay. Ella.
Around Eastern North Carolina is just
What'd
fantastic.
you say, Stevie?
High school, fantastic.
No, Stevie said, no, I can't say that. I don't know what he's talking about.
It's Ella. There you go.
She's only 5'3", freshman.
5'3".
Thanks for pointing that out for me, Josh.
If she is,
well, you think of Paul Tracy as a big dude. That's all I'm saying.
Tracy.
I mean Chad Tracy.
Yeah,
I know. I was
Paul Tracy's the race driver.
No, what's that?
Paul Tracy's the race driver, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Got racing on the mind because I'm getting ready for the big one tomorrow.
It's moved to Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Oh, they moved it again.
Oh, so they moved the clash to Wednesday. Okay.
Yeah, Wednesday at 6 o'clock on Fox.
Yeah.
Boogity, boys.
Winston-Salem.
Let's go racing, boys.
Yeah, they're gonna do it on Wednesday.
Well, I think it's going to take some, like we talked about earlier. It's going to take some time for. Basically, our whole state or a lot of our state got hit like pretty hard.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have it tomorrow, like the fans, nobody's going to.
They can't have it tomorrow.
Yeah, they couldn't anyhow.
Well, they originally had it. They moved it to Monday, and now they.
They didn't realize the amount of snow that was going to fall.
And NASCAR could have the track ready tomorrow, but the facility part nowhere near ready tomorrow.
And here's the other part too, Alan, that I wasn't aware of, but this was talking about the Monday delay. They were saying that even if the track was ready and they could race on it, they can't afford to use all of those emergency resources to be at the track that they need for a NASCAR race when there's all this weather stuff going on. Like
it's barely going to get above freezing tomorrow. I mean, it's going to be
30.
Tomorrow morning, it's going to be here. I don't know, Wednesday, it'll probably be colder. It's going to be 12 degrees here in the morning. So,
man. It's 9 for me, Kyle.
Well, there you go. I don't know what it is for Winston, but probably pretty damn cold.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, how many people are you going to get to sit out in the cold? Like,
if they can get there.
That too, yeah, if they could get there. So, I thought. But by the way, I was going to give NASCAR. I know they get beat up a lot, but I think it's very cool. They're doing the Clash like at different places, and Having it Bo McGray is really cool. So I got to give him credit for the creativity and using a track that's like one of the best in North Carolina, short track, and it's got tons of fans that they stop. Isn't it like they have the fairgrounds? So they have like the fair. It used to be called the Dixie Classic Fair, right? I forgot what they call it now.
That's where Snowman brought the course to. Snowman and Bandit brought the course to the Dixie Classic. Oh, it was a Southern. No, it was a Southern Classic. Excuse me.
Well, they call Bowman Gray the Madhouse.
Okay.
And the reason being is you go to a fight and a race breaks out every once in a while.
Yeah, that's some good racing.
That's an over exaggeration, but there's a lot
Not
of
really
interesting things that take place off the racetrack.
Yeah.
I've never been. We're coming down to want to give you a shout out. We need all our fans to come see you at Carteret. Can you tell everybody about that before?
I would love it. I think we start. I don't have the schedule in front of me. April the 11th, maybe something like that. I'd love to have you.
You guys,
what do you race down? Legends or late model?
Yeah, everything. We pretty much. There's about usually 4 to 6 divisions every. It's every
cool.
other Saturday basically is the schedule. We'll have the
Bandoliers,
Bandoleros, Legends. A couple times a year we'll have the Cars Tour come in, or the Grand National Super Series come in.
Right.
People like Bobby Labonte, Jeremy Mayfield, and so yeah, we have a Davey Allison Memorial where his Uncle Donnie comes, and Donnie's got a series of his own that his boys run called
Allison,
the Series. So they come as well. It's a beautiful racetrack. It really is. It's a beautiful facility.
And we have the lawnmower races, right? Kyle and I could do the lawnmower race.
Yeah, I'd like to see a good old fashioned foot race.
What foot race around?
Yeah. First one to turn one wins.
I'm not racing.
But
Kyle was tangling with the abominable snowman today. So
I was.
Yeah, there's a restaurant in there. There's all kinds of things. So if you ever get a chance to come, we'd love to have you. And it's a very nice facility.
Justin and maybe Kyle and Jessica, maybe Stevie, but we're talking about we're going to try at least one time for our group to come see you. That's what Johnny and I were talking about. I didn't know.
I've been to Cardiff Speedway a couple of times. I got a house down at Atlantic Beach, and I've been to a couple of races there. So it's a really good speedway. Enjoy it.
All right, let's see here. Let's see here. Is there any way to find old radio broadcasts of Pirate football at baseball games, 1970s, 80s, especially?
Maybe if the stations have them in their archived, that would be your best bet. We barely have a video archive at ECU. It's pathetic. It really is pathetic. I had to help Meador out with some videos of some games back during the COVID time period when ECU was broadcasting some stuff for fans. I mean, literally, that's how bad my video collection for ECU football is better than ECU's.
I can take you back baseball to about 2008, 2009.
You got the archives?
Yep.
There you go.
I've got just about everything from the 2009 season on, because I was on the board. I was engineering from 2009 to 2017.
You know what, though? We didn't start, and to answer his question better, Alan, we didn't start baseball coverage on radio unless it was a college station until the late 90s, and it was limited coverage by Henry stations.
Yeah.
It didn't become full-time radio coverage until sometime in the 2000s.
Yeah, 1070, which at the time was a
Beach Boogie and Blues.
Yeah, we started in 2008, and I started in 2009 doing the ball games.
Yeah, there was full-time radio coverage prior to that, but no, I remember you doing that very well, Alan. I remember. And now we go back to the studio, or no, we go back to the game with Corey Glore here on Boogie and Blue.
Yeah,
I can remember back in 2006, 2007 when my brother was playing. I mean, there was limited radio coverage even back then.
Yeah, I love
but it seems like
who was the first guy? Who was the not the first guy that ever called ECU baseball, but when I believe it was when 1250 had it. I can't think of his name. Coach O ended up starting to do the games with him. Josh something maybe.
I know you do what Kyle.
First guy who did the games. He was not very good at the time.
No.
At all.
No.
Well, I know in
No.
the 80s it was Henry Hinton and Jake Jacobs doing
Yeah,
it.
but after that, there was a guy who I believe was on 1250 with Coach O, and maybe remember wrong with 1250. Could have been a different
Stansbury?
station. No. It was somebody
I
help
know
me
who
out here.
you're
Maybe one of our
talking about, too.
listeners, like,
Well,
like
there was
Josh.
different people until Jeff.
Yeah, maybe it was Josh Graham.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe it was Josh Graham. He was not very
Yeah.
good, at
Yeah.
least not at first. Josh Thomas. Whoever it was, Josh Graham may be right. He was really bad at first. He got better, and particularly Coach O. And Coach O's gotten better over in the air. Obviously, Coach O's always known about baseball. That's never been a problem.
Yeah.
But if you go back to listen to Coach O over the years, I think working with Corey Glore really improved Coach O on the air.
Yeah, Corey did a great job of bringing out Gary's personality.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, he did a good job. And so, Haymeyer did some games.
Haymeyer's wonderful. Chris Haymeyer
Haymeyer.
should be the voice of the Pirates for everything, in my opinion. We need to do anything we can to get Chris Haymeyer here. He should be the football play-by-play and the basketball play-by-play. We need to steal him from Campbell.
100% agree with that, Kyle.
Yeah, Kenny says, do you all remember the radio station Rock 93 on 17? Yeah, that was WDLX.
It was WITN and then WDLX. Yeah.
Yep. And then they had WDLX AM and FM, and the AM is actually pirate radio.
9:30 a.m.
9:30, yep.
Yeah.
For those of you that love Rush Limbaugh, that was the station to listen to Rush Limbaugh in Eastern North Carolina. So let's see. Oh, Irving says, I agree, Cal. So
There's somebody else that agrees with the Corey Glore, or not Corey Glore, but with Chris Haymeyer. So we got Irvin and we got Justin, and I think everybody kind of loves. Is there anybody up here that doesn't love Chris Haymeyer?
Like him. He's a really good guy. He's been on our podcast numerous times. He actually, it's the sad thing is that
yes. I don't think we need to go there. I know what you're going to say.
No, just this. No, I was just going to simply say is that we had a chance with him, but with Campbell, he's doing a great job, and
it is possible that when things change, Chris Haymeyer still may end up here one day.
Yep.
Well, I know a guy named Mike Davis did the games for you.
Yeah, Mike is a really good
I'm pretty sure Josh Thomas got it right. It was
Josh Graham.
Yeah.
And then there was a guy that actually went to Kansas.
Yeah, he was an interim with Pirate Radio. Yeah, okay, yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, you all are talking about video archives for baseball. How about we just get some stats? Like they only go back to 2004. I can't get anything before that. I think that for such a baseball-centric, university, why can't we do better than that?
I've got a couple of baseball press guides that go back quite a bit further than that.
Then why don't somebody volunteer and convert it to PDF or something?
Look,
I would help do that.
Maybe get it. I can reach out to Meador, and if Alan Vic can get it to him, if anybody has any interest in doing that at the university level,
I would help out, and I even can tell them about a few things they got wrong. Like they have some wrong.
They don't like that.
Well, they got to fix it though. They got to fix it.
Hey, Johnny,
ask Bubba how they like that.
Johnny, please give them another reason for them not to let us cover the team. No,
they did.
Well, no, you want. I'm not being critical. I'm just being honest.
I realize.
Trying to find stats pre-2004 is very, very difficult. And there are a couple mistakes. Maybe I should just discreetly said something to Malcolm.
No, don't say anything to Malcolm. No, don't do that.
They did the press guides up until COVID.
So should we? Okay.
I'm being facetious, JR.
My name is Alan Vick, and I approve this message. So.
No, I'm not the negative. You know me. I'm not a negative guy. I never go negative.
That's
we're joking, dude. We're joking.
Yeah, we're joking with it because.
All right.
It has nothing to do with Johnny Robertson. It has nothing to do with your personality, your looks. It has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, his looks is questionable.
It's looks.
It's definitely questionable. His looks. Yeah.
Everybody.
I'm trying to take up for the guy. I'm trying to take up for Johnny. You're like slapping him around.
No,
he likes to be slapped around.
Yeah. No. It's part of the show dynamics. You know, we all slap each other around.
Yeah, exactly. I got to give credit to Stevie before we get out of here. We're almost at the 2-hour mark, but Stevie had a really cool. And by the way, Stevie,
Stevie sounds like he's 5 miles away from his mic. Also, I don't know why that is.
That's because I am.
There you go. Now you're close to it again. Good job.
All right, I've got to give Stevie credit because he actually had a great post on Facebook. And before I go into that, Stevie, we need to give a plug or plugs plural for your podcast that you do outside of the. He's always doing a podcast. He's great at it. Tell people how people can watch your podcast.
You can watch the final score on YouTube, or you can and on the fly. That's FLYTHE, by the way. So it's not flight, it's fly.
That's great.
So you can watch that on YouTube or wherever you stream your podcast at. We do. Kyle's been on there several times to do some wrestling stuff, and
we did an Atari episode.
Yeah, Kyle, we did an Atari episode, and we usually do our episode of the final score every Tuesday night. We usually go live at about 7:30, and we'll be talking about. Of course, we'll be talking about the Super Bowl coming up this Sunday on Tuesday night. And I actually have a live on the fly tomorrow night with husband and wife singers from Tennessee. Well, they're actually from Chicago, but they're based out of Tennessee. That we're going to do our top 10 music duets, favorite music duets tomorrow night. So tune in for that.
Yeah, that sounds it. I'll definitely be there for that. Yeah.
Yeah, just follow me on Facebook and you'll see the links to it to see that. There
I gave you 2 of mine, so you got to get those in.
Where are your 2, Kyle?
I gave them to you on TikTok.
Is it any genre?
Pay attention to your TikTok.
Any genre. No, it's not just country. It's any genre.
My favorite 2 were that came to mind. I'll have others. There's a lot more. Chris Ledoux and Bon Jovi, Bang Drum. Are you laughing at Chris Ledoux and Bon Jovi?
No, I said I remember now. I remember.
Yeah, and then the other one, you might want to laugh at this one, is Dan Seals and Marie Osmond, Meet Me in Montana.
So
that's a great song.
These are one-off duets, or
it could be anything.
Well, that's what I took it as.
Okay.
No, it could be any duet.
So has it got to be a man and a woman, or can it be? Well, no, I didn't
No,
know a man. Oh, well, then
duet,
any damn song by Brooks and Dunn.
Kenny and
Well,
Dolly.
that just changes everything. I'm just going to name all Brooks and Dunn songs and Montgomery Gentry songs.
I got to put Joey and Rory in there, man.
Oh yeah, they were great.
I'm going to be like Brooks and Dunn, Lost and Found, Brooks and Dunn. We're the Red Dirt, or
that's pretty much a group, though.
Oh, they're a duo.
Duo, but not duet.
What's the difference?
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Is it like Hall and Oates?
No, I mean, I guess you could say like
so he's real special. He wants one off then. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
maybe like a one off thing.
I mean, to me,
Marty Stewart and Travis Tritt. This one's going to hurt you. That's another one.
Yeah, Whiskey Ain't Working. They did
Whiskey Ain't Working anymore. That's another one, yeah.
But I love Kenny and Dolly, man. Duets.
Yeah, that's been a lot of people have said that one. Islands in the Stream.
That is what they are.
And Reno Mike Wilson from Footloose.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
What is it?
Almost Paradise.
Almost Paradise.
Oh, yes. Almost Paradise.
Crystal Gale, and Eddie Rabbit. You and I.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Eddie Rabbit was like
back then, man.
Fire back then, and it just dropped off.
I love a rainy night. I love a rainy night.
He wrote Kentucky Rain for Elvis
about 1975 through about 1990.
Yeah, he had a long career. He fell. Yeah, he fell off when he had throat cancer. Sorry.
You remember when he hosted Solid Gold?
Yep. Well, the original host was Andy Gibb.
You had Andy Gibb. You had
Dionne Warwick.
Marilyn McCoo.
Yeah. Rex.
There's another one, Billy Davis Jr. and Marilyn McCoo.
Yeah. You don't have to be a star to be in my show.
That's right. But remember Rex
Are you singing that to Johnny Dave?
Ricky Van Shelton and Dolly Parton, Rockin' Years.
Rockin' Chairs, Rockin' Babies.
Good one, Josh.
If you see her.
If you see her.
Yeah, that's a great song. Yeah, so there's
No, I had a question. Would it count as a duet if it's like a band and like David Bowie and Queen?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Is that a?
Oh man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Under Pressure. Remember
That's
that
a
one?
Steven Tyler and Aerosmith and Rum DNC.
Walk this way. That
Oh,
hey,
there's a ton of them, man. There's a ton of them.
Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta, the Grease soundtrack.
Neil Diamond, Barbara Streisand.
you don't bring me flowers anymore, Alan Vick.
And you don't sing me love songs, Dave Richmond.
That's right.
Okay. You
What
get
was that?
flowers if you sing love songs.
Don Johnson and Barbara Streisand. They had a duet.
Yep.
They were dating at the time, I think.
That is correct.
Don Johnson did a song besides Heartbeat because that was the only song I've ever heard Don Johnson
It was
do.
called Tell Me Love You, Barbara Streisand and Don Johnson.
That was the only other single I know. Stevie, the only two singles I know from that album were Heartbeat and what was it again, Alan?
There was something called Walk Away, and then the duet was called Till I Love You with Barbara.
Till I Love You.
Oh, I got well, you know what? Actually, there is a song I'm forgetting here that I absolutely love that I think is a fantastic duet. And I think it's one of the most underrated songs ever. Bob Seger and Martina McBride.
Oh, chances are.
Yeah, chances are.
Oh, that's a good song.
That is a beautiful song.
That's from the Hope Floats soundtrack.
That's
it is.
correct.
That song is dope. That song is just straight up a
that
great
is
song.
good.
How about Steve Perry, Kenny Loggins? Don't fight it.
Okay.
Don't fight it. Don't fight it. Yeah. Wow. There's so many. You're
How
right
about June Carter Cash and Johnny Cash? Jackson.
Oh, Jackson. Hell yeah.
Jackson.
Yeah.
See, that's why everybody needs to. That's why everybody needs to tune in tomorrow night at 8:00 and get yours in. We'll get you on the air, and you can compare with our list.
Okay,
Make
I
your
got
list.
one more.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Dave, when we saw Greggy and the Jets, did they do "Don't Go Breaking My Heart" by Kiki D and Elton John?
Kiki D and Elton
They did.
John.
Yes, they did.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, that is.
That one's pretty good.
76, Alan? 75?
76.
I don't know.
76. I was right. Okay.
Yep.
I was real little when that song. I do vaguely remember that.
What
song.
about if it's multiple people? Like if you got Ward Davis, Jamie Johnson, and Willie Nelson on one song?
That's a trio.
That's a trio.
How about
That's
We
not
Are
doing
the
it.
World? Had about 12 singers. on
Good
it.
gosh.
You know, there was a Canadian tribute as well.
Yeah, it's
It was
called
Tears Are Not Enough.
the Northern Lights is what they
Yeah,
call them.
Tears Are Not Enough. Yep.
I have the We Are the World vinyl.
And there was a country one too.
I
I
did
can't
too.
remember the name of it, but Ronnie McDowell wrote it.
There was a heavy metal version too called We're Stars.
Wow. There was a Christmas version called Feed the World. Let them know it's Christmas stuff.
That's
Don't-
right.
What about Sonny and Cher? I Got You, babe.
Hey,
That's a
But
great
Sonny
one.
and
That's-
Cher, but they had so many songs together. That's like Brooks and Dunn.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Oh,
right.
from Officer and a Gentleman. Y'all remember the song
Up
Where We Belong?
Hey,
Joe
wait a
Cocker.
minute. Now, hold on. I got a question. I got to go back to something.
Go
You
back.
said a duo would count if it was a band and a singer. So, like, Queen and whoever the hell you said. So why in the hell would Willie Nelson, Ward Davis, and Jamie Johnson not count?
Well, that's
then?
true. You got a good point there, Kyle.
Thank you. We can damn right I do.
well, Willie duetted
right.
everybody. Julio Iglesias.
Yeah.
To
Worn
all
Out
the girls
Cowboys.
I've loved.
Worn Out Cowboys.
Oh.
Willie Nelson, Jamie Johnson, Ward Davis. That would be
What about
it.
All the girls
Seven
I've
Spanish
loved
Angels?
before.
Well,
7 Spanish Angels.
well, now that you're going Willie Nelson,
yeah,
what about
Seven
Beer for My
Spanish Angels is a
Horses
great
with
song.
Toby Keith?
There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah.
How about Ray Price, Roger Miller, and Willie all together, old friends?
How about
yeah.
how about Merle and how about Merle and Willie? Jesus Christ, help me out.
Poncho
here.
and Lefty.
Poncho and Lefty. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Great song.
And Waylon and Willie.
Yeah, well, like great. Poncho and Lefty would be another one of my
Done
favorites.
100 times.
Yeah.
That was the #1 song on the country charts the week I started in radio.
Really?
You on Lefty?
Yep.
Oh, man.
So was that in what year? 86, 87?
83.
83, okay.
I started July 30th, 1983.
Okay.
And
You
he
were
was
15?
12.
15.
Hey, he's 15. Yeah.
15.
Because he just said he had his first beer at 84 when he was 16.
He was actually 8, but anyway.
That was my IQ.
You know that song? That guy just put Blount, whoever that is. somebody told me about that song. Ann Wilson and David Tremaine from Disturbed. Don't tell me. Somebody told me about that song about 3 or 4 months ago. That is a good song.
Yeah,
Ann
she's
Wil-
battled back from cancer, so
Yeah, Ann Wilson's a hell of a singer.
yeah,
Ann Wilson could sing the phone book, and I would listen to it.
exactly. They were actually in Heart
Hey, we're
Slade.
naming older songs. Are there any newer duets?
I had one
Are there
from
any
the
newer
90s.
ones?
I mean, I had one from the 90s. Does that count?
Yeah, Bruno Mars and
I had Bob
Yeah,
Seger
I
and
just don't.
Martina. That's from the 90s.
Yeah, that's I mean,
Lainey Wilson and
Oh,
Jelly
yeah.
Roll. What?
no,
About the
no,
pickup
What's
truck?
his name? Hardy.
I hate that song.
You look like you love me.
No, the one Wake in the Truck. I hate that song.
Yeah, I know what
that's
you're talking about. now.
Emmylou and Dolly and Linda Ronstadt. They
Yep,
had
trio.
yeah.
Ebony
Yeah.
and Ivory.
Stevie and
Justin must not be a music fan.
Justin just
No, he's
looking up something right now.
like
I
a
guarantee.
blackout.
There you go. See, I told you.
McCartney and Jack. The Girl Is Mine.
Yeah.
How about Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga, Die With a Smile? That's a great record. And that's a newer one.
Well, what was the one? What did Lady Gaga and gosh, what's the guy's name?
Tim McGraw and Taylor Swift.
Oh, you're
Highway
talking
Don't
about
Lie.
Bradley
You want a
Oh,
more
God.
recent?
Bradley Cooper, Shallow.
You want a more recent one? Taylor Swift and Tim McGraw. Highway Don't Lie or Highway Don't Care.
Okay, there you go.
Highway
Wasn't
Don't
there
Care.
somebody? Wasn't there another person in that too?
Highway Don't Care.
Yeah.
No, it's Tim McGraw and Taylor Swift.
Keith
Keith Urban might have played guitar on it. He
on
didn't
it,
sing.
yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm.
I think he did. Yeah.
All right, this one's for Alan because I think he's the only one that we remember. This is how about Donny Hathaway and Roberta Flack? Closer I Get to You.
Oh yeah, that's a great
Oh,
song.
And not Tammy Wynette. Who was it? Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell.
Yep, Marvin Gaye and Diana Ross had some
ain't no
together.
mountain.
Yeah, Kim Weston.
Yeah, let's let Justin keep singing.
No,
on,
I'm not gonna play.
Maybe we'll get some of those tips.
We need Justin and Stevie to do a duet.
We really don't.
No.
We'll call it Southern Grammar. Here you go.
The
Go.
girl
Go.
is mine.
What are we, Nelly?
Yes.
Jackson Brown.
Yeah, I want Stevie. I want to hear you go
Brown.
down, baby. You know,
Hey, Nelly had a duet. Nelly had a duet
with Tim McGraw.
No, well, that one
Yeah,
and another
he
one
did.
too. One of the girls from Destiny's Child.
I'm thinking about the one with Tim McGraw.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Oh, God.
Over and over.
Jackson Brown and Clarence Clemens, You're a Friend of Mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was J.D. Souther and James Taylor?
Yeah, Her Town Too.
Her Town too.
Mhm.
Yeah. I was going to ask you guys. I didn't realize we were going along on the duets, but that's okay. Stevie, I want to give him a shout out. This is from he found this, or this is his idea. You can only pick one album of the four that I'm going to give you from 1987. So I want to give Stevie credit for this. You have a choice of Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction, Permanent Vacation from Aerosmith, Def Leppard Hysteria, or Whitesnake. Is that Here I Go Again? Well, that's the one.
What is on the
It's Whitesnake, I believe, Dave.
What Aerosmith?
Permanent Vacation.
That's got
What's
Angel.
Dude
Look
Looks
like a lady. Ragdoll.
Ragdoll.
Ooh, Ragdoll. I love Ragdoll. That
Dude
is
Looks Like a
tough.
Lady.
That's
Angel.
tough. I'll probably go Appetite for Destruction by Guns N' Roses, but that is a good Aerosmith album.
You
Yeah,
know
that was.
what Dude Looks Like a Lady, how they came up with it, that
I do.
Desmond Child saw some blonde-headed person at a bar, and they started work, and then it turned out it was Vince Neil from Motley Crue that they were looking at. So they said, "Hey, Dude Looks Like a Lady." So
Yeah, they thought it was.
thought it was a woman. Thought it was a hot
Look,
woman.
the back from the back, it looked like a woman.
A lot of back then from the back looked like
Now
that.
can we talk about what Ragdoll's about?
Sure, if you want to.
Or Love in an Elevator.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think we could probably get away with Love and Elevator more. We can get away with what Ragdoll's about.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go. My vote is for Appetite for Destruction. I'd love to see, even though it's still not the same, but I would love to see Guns N' Roses at Carter Finley in July. They're going to be there. So I think that'll be a great show. But I'm definitely going Appetite. I love all those albums, but if I can only pick one, I mean, that album is like rock royalty.
Yeah, it's a great album. Appetite for Destruction from start to finish is a great album.
Yeah. How about you, Justin? What you got? I know you weren't born then, but
Justin's like, what?
You're gonna only probably know two of those albums: Guns N' Roses' "Appetite for Destruction" and the Aerosmith album.
Def
Guns N'
Leppard?
Roses, probably.
The Def Leppard album, is that the one with "Pour Some Sugar on Me"? Or?
Yeah, it's got like 7
Yeah,
hits.
I love Def Leppard, but if I had to go with any of them albums, probably Guns N' Roses, obviously.
I mean, Welcome to the Jungle. I mean, you get to start naming off. Like, even the album cuts are good. Like, I can listen to that. You're right, Kyle. I can listen to that from start to finish.
I mean, Mr. Brownstone is on that album. You're talking about an album cut.
Yeah.
I mean, there you go. Mr. Brownstone, My Michelle. I mean, the album cuts are fantastic on Appetite.
Rocket Queen.
Yeah.
What was it? One. There was another one, but anyway, it's all good.
If you wanna do an argument for Hysteria, though, Hysteria put out 7 singles. And
yeah, they did. That's why.
That's my number one, Stevie.
It had like 10 songs, and 7 of them were the singles. So
yeah, but to me, Def Leppard just doesn't have the lasting power that Guns N' Roses and Aerosmith does.
Have you seen them live though, Kyle?
No, I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, well, I did.
Kyle, I went to see them, and it's been about 10 years ago. But they claim they don't have
never
any
really
backing
got that
tracks.
into Def Leppard. I just never did.
And Rick Allen, a one-armed drummer, you don't see that very often.
You don't see too many one-armed.
Not every day, right?
And I would put Whitesnake as a close second in that one. It's just the Guns N' Roses. Those I don't know. It was overplayed. I don't want to. I don't care if I never hear it again. And
the whole album or just the hit?
Yeah, well,
"Welcome to the Jungle" is a great song, but it's been played to death.
Yeah, no, it's
What about Mr. Brownstone?
Yeah, it's okay.
There's a lot of good songs on there.
What about My Michelle?
You're Crazy.
My Michelle's great.
My Michelle, You're Crazy. I mean, come on, Sweet Child of Mine.
Sweet Child of Mine, yeah.
Great song.
No.
The intro.
I can't hear that one more time.
Sweet Child of Mine's fantastic.
I agree.
If you listen to
So you got a smile, and it seems to me, it reminds me of childhood memories where every day was as bright as the. That's just
bright
great.
Smile.
Yeah.
Give me
Now and then when I see her face.
Is This Love or Here I Go Again by Whitesnake, and I'll listen to those two over.
That's because Tawny Katane was rolling on.
Yeah. What a nut job.
Yeah, but Al, she was
She was
your favorite video babe. Video babe. Who would that be from MTV era?
Right.
I got
Could have
mine.
been her. What do you think, Alan?
Susanna
Nope, not mine.
Who else?
Famous
Your favorite video babe. Favorite girl from a music video from MTV.
Susanna Hoffs.
Which song? What video?
Egyptian or Eternal Flame.
I'm a little younger than you guys, so mine's going to be a little different. It would be Alicia Silverstone from the Crying, Amazing, and Crazy trilogy. Yes, the Crying video, Alicia Silverstone. Let me tell you something. I was 13 or 14 when that came out, and I went through some tissues watching that video.
I was going to say his door was always locked.
You're getting a little
TMI. We did.
Oh, I thought you were getting a little misty. That's not what you're saying at all. Never mind.
That was the name of the song, so he was crying.
Yeah, crying. No, Alicia Silverstone during that. Good God.
He's speaking of a different bodily function.
You guys should do best live album, Little Feat Waiting for Columbus.
Oh my goodness, Stevie, that's a great call. Great call.
In the chat right there.
Time Loves a Hero. Oh Atlanta, Dixie Chicken. Great.
My favorite. I don't know that I have a favorite live album. There are some good ones.
I do.
I tell you one I liked. There's two I like recently, and one is a traditional live concert album, and I know Stevie everybody will be shocked. It's Cody Jinks live from Red Rocks.
Shocker there.
The other one is Tyler Childers. his live. Wasn't live in a studio, but he recorded a live one session in a studio with an acoustic guitar and a mic album where he. I cannot think of the name of it. Somebody can help me with this. But that album, which is a non-traditional live album, was a one cut all the way through. Guitar.
He did it with no takes.
Yes, and it was just him and an acoustic. So I consider that a live album. But I prefer some of the versions of his songs off of that album than the original album cuts. Like his version of "Nose to the Grindstone" off there is amazing.
9 Tonight, Bob Seger is a great live album too.
Yeah. Am I the only one that likes anything modern? Cody Jinks, Tyler Childers. Anybody else like anything modern? No?
I like some of it.
Yeah, I do.
I like Morgan Wallen.
Oh God, no!
Nobody's heard of the stuff I like, so I'm going to keep it to myself.
I probably heard of some of it, maybe.
No.
Morgan Wallen. Yeah.
Kyle's gonna be shocked when I say what my favorite one was.
Your favorite live album?
Yeah.
Oh, let me guess. Hold on, let's see if I can guess. Kiss Live.
Kiss Alive, the first one. Nothing like it.
Yeah. And the MTV Unplugged they did in '93. That was one of my favorites.
No, that was '96.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right.
That was '96. Yeah, that is awesome. If you want to hear a Kiss song that nobody pays a lot of attention to, but they did a great job with it that night. Paul Stanley on "I Still Love You" on Unplugged. Oh, kills it before his voice.
I like 2000 Man, the old Rolling Stones song.
Ace Frehley, the late great Ace Frehley.
That was one of the better songs off of Dynasty, in my opinion.
Well, actually, more people remember Kiss
I Was Made for Loving You.
Stones.
Yeah, and I guess I Was Made for Loving You was on Dynasty as well.
Yeah, that was when they went disco. Everybody
Kisco,
yeah.
Kisco.
All right, guys. Tune into the experience on Tuesday. We'll be back with the drive-through next Thursday. For Cornette, I'm the great Brian Last. Hello.
What in the world?
We've been going so damn long. I thought I was listening to a Jim Cornette podcast.
Well, we still got. Let's see here.
Stevie got it, I guess. I don't.
Yeah, I did.
Cornette,
that's a great one, Irving. Irving, that is.
Oh wow,
that is
Good
a
call.
great one.
Yeah,
that is damage done and all that stuff.
Absolutely, I still listen to that.
Yeah, definitely. Well, guys, we have actually on deck.
Wasn't the best-selling live album "Frampton Comes Alive"?
Yes, Frampton Comes Alive.
Everybody had that. I had that when I was a
that's why I didn't mention it, but I didn't know if it still was or.
Alabama had a live album in the late '80s. I don't know the name of it. That was really good.
I think it was called Alabama Live.
Alabama Live. Well, creative name. That was a great album.
We stayed up all night trying to think of the name.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, they're better live musically, particularly back in that time, than they were studio. So their live album's really good.
All right, guys. Well, we'll get out of here. Thank you all so much. I know the people we actually have had a great, by the way, no contributions, but that's okay. We still love you. But if you want to do that for
ladies and gentlemen of the viewing public, if you will, please give and give generously in the super chat. You can press that super chat button now if the spirit so moves you. As we leave here tonight, if the spirit moves you, please come to the altar and hit the super chat version and give. Give to your heart's content. Give to Kyle from LaGrange. Give to Dave Richmond. Give to JR. Give to Stevie Fly. Give to Alan Vick. Give. And may God go with you. Hallelujah and amen.
We're going to do a brother love, Kyle, because I love you.
I love you.
All right, pass the plate around. Good night, everybody. Go Pirates.
You're watching The Sports Objective, the podcast for Pirates.